We are live. We are live. It is night 2 of NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. We've got a bit of a different setup tonight. We've got a bit of a different setup. That's why I didn't upload any videos today. I've been busy today because I've been changing the setup here. We've got this new, as you can see here, this new microphone here. So hopefully the sound is a bit better now. So the backstory, it's a bit of a boring backstory. We'll get into, we've got plenty of time. We've got plenty of time tonight to talk about the matches, predictions, reviews, analysis, etc. But basically, I had my old setup. You'd never be able to tell because obviously the background doesn't change or anything like that. But I recently moved. House, and my new setup now that I've got for the new room to do all my streaming, to do all my videos, all that kind of stuff, is much bigger. It's much bigger. It's a massive improvement, a massive upgrade to the space that I have to do everything. But the only problem is it was slightly sort of echoey. There's a bit of an echo. And I'm one of those people that just, after a while, just stuff just eventually it will grain on you. It will grain on you. And that's exactly what it was. So for a while, I've been wanting to try and upgrade the sound a little bit. So that's what we've been doing here. So hence this new microphone. It's the upgrade. Hopefully it's going to be considered a bit of an upgrade. I think the sound sounds a bit better. If you think that it doesn't or anything like that, you can let me know in the chat. But I think it sounds better. Like I've done a couple of sound checks. I feel so big time saying sound checks or anything like that. But yes, we are live. So we got that out of the way. The pre-show for NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 2 is currently underway. We're just about to actually have a match on the pre-show, which is going to be Breezango versus Karrion, Dane and Drake Maverick. And the winner of this tag team match will not only get the winner's share of the purse, as Jim Ross would say, but also this match will determine the next contenders for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Of course, last night we saw, didn't we, on NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 1, we saw that MSK are the new NXT Tag Team Champions. They defeated Grizzled Young Veterans and Legado del Fantasma in a triple threat tag team match to become the new champions after the championships were vacated from the previous champions, Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. So that's what this match is going to set up. The live chat is open. Super chats are open, of course, as always. You can contribute to the channel by clicking the $. Any and all donations and contributions to the channel are very much appreciated. It's the best way to support us here on the channel. And you can also just get involved with the live chat as well. So we have a couple of people in the live chat already. Raul Wenda says this will be a great match. I certainly hope so. I mean, TakeOver last night was really good. It really was. It was really great. I really enjoyed it last night. I thought TakeOver Night 1 was spectacular. A bit of news in the ratings. As expected, NXT TakeOver defeated AEW Dynamite in terms of viewership, but AEW Dynamite, maybe slightly unexpected, still came out on top in the key demographic. I think it's interesting because I think a lot of people thought that more people would probably tune into NXT TakeOver on the USA Network, but obviously those figures don't take into account. They don't take into account people that tuned in on Peacock or anything like that. So I would assume it was much higher. I would assume it was much higher than that. But we can see this match is just about to get underway, or has actually officially started. Breezango being Breezango, they are cosplaying like MFers because they're dressed up as pirates, right? Because of course we have the WrestleManias at Tampa in Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida. It's home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and obviously there's a big pirate ship there anyway. But some of those leaked set photos already for WrestleMania, haven't they? Have come out, and they have a giant pirate ship being built. I mean, it's giant, a really big giant pirate ship being built. And I will be willing to bet a lot of money that pirate ship that is there for. That pirate ship that is there for WrestleMania this weekend, someone is going to be diving off that. Don't know who that is. Whether that's going to be Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, who knows? Someone's doing it. Someone's doing it though. So Drake Maverick's doing a hip wiggle at the moment. I'm not sure what that really is. Nevertheless, Fandango doesn't look happy. Shoved to the face. In comes Karrion Dane to try and break things up. I'm just, slightly confused by that, but okay. So Karrion Dane's tagged himself in. The tag itself actually looked like it hurt Drake Maverick, which is surprising. And now Drake Maverick has just put a pirate hat on top of Karrion Dane. Karrion Dane's facials are absolutely stupendous there as well. Absolutely brilliant. So, of course, the winners of this match, as I mentioned, will become the #1 contenders for the NXT Tag Team Championships. NXT Tag Team division is certainly looking much stronger at this point. Last night, I made mention of it, that for a period of time in 2020, the NXT Tag Team division just... It wasn't as good as it could be. Maybe it wasn't as good as it should be. And it was concerning. I mean, for a period of time, it was just Imperium and Breezango. And obviously, I think there were different elements of that. Obviously, the pandemic didn't help it, but it was uninspiring. And that's no disrespect to Breezango or Imperium. It was dull. And now you have a really healthy tag team division looking like it again. You have MSK, you have the Grizzled Young Veterans, you have Legado del Fantasma, you have Imperium, you have Breezango, you have Drake Maverick and Karrion Dane. I know not every single tag team in there is a 5-star tag team, but you don't need to have that. You don't need to have that. So Tyler Breeze's tag team vertical suplex to Drake Maverick there. He's probably going to get a 2 count. Drake Maverick kicks out at 2. It's going to be interesting as well. I'll just see the skull of the WrestleMania logo in the background. That skull sort of podium platform was where Nina Strauss did the American National Anthem last night using her guitar. It will certainly be interesting to see if they do that again. Is she going to be doing it again? I believe isn't Poppy's performing tonight, so maybe they won't open it with a national anthem. They might open it from a musical performance by Poppy instead. I think we might see something like that. Fandango gets another 2 count on Drake Maverick after a suplex. But I'm certainly excited. I'm certainly excited for tonight because even though last night's show I thought was fantastic, you could argue that the bigger matches are for this night. The bigger matches are for this night. You've got the NXT Championship match. You've got the Unsanctioned match. Every match has big stakes tonight. Either it's championships or it's big feuds, and I think that's what we're going towards. So that's very exciting. That is very, very exciting, and I'm expecting big things. I think expectations are high, rightfully so, to be honest. But I'm very excited to see what they do tonight. I've got to say there as well. And I mentioned it last night because I thought the match was just absolutely fantastic, and I looked on the reaction to it on social media as well. The Walter versus Tommaso Ciampa match. I mean, how good was that? I mean, honestly, how good was that? It was so good. I mean, it just was so good. It was phenomenal. It was old school in the sense it was stiff, it was physical, it was difficult to pick holes in. I did have maybe some issues with especially the chop spot through the table. I thought it was great at the time, but the more I think about it, and it obviously looked very gimmicked. The table was gimmicked, and the way that they cut through the table was a bit... I mean, I appreciate the creativity. Wasn't a massive fan of it in retrospect now that I thought about it, but the match itself was... So far, and I know it's early days, but so far, I mean, it's the match of WrestleMania week, and whatever matches beat that will be up there for being the best match of the week. And I think some matches will struggle. And again, that's just opinion. We might see... I know a lot of people have high expectations for Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly tonight. A lot of people are earmarking that to be potentially the match of WrestleMania week, and absolutely we could see that possibility. I think if we're going to look at match quality in terms of the card tonight, you would say that possibly Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly might be the show stealer tonight, but there's definitely other matches on this card that could certainly do that. I think Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross, are we going to see a 5-star match? Probably not there. I think we might see something really interesting. I think the winner of that one is fascinating because I can see a scenario where Karrion Kross doesn't win and he goes straight to Raw or SmackDown. You got to remember, this is a guy that was earmarked to only be in NXT for about a year before he went to the main roster. They said that his run in NXT was a formality because they wanted him to go on Raw and SmackDown very quickly. So we could be seeing a situation there. I know a lot of people are actually assuming that Karrion Kross is going to win that one tonight. I don't know if I necessarily do. Nevertheless, also a match that absolutely could steal the show is, of course, the Cruiserweight Championship ladder match. That's going to be very, very good. Obviously, the standard of ladder matches is just incredibly high because of the history of them. I think that Jordan Devlin and Santos Escobar can do it. I'm a big, big fan of Santos Escobar. I think he's got a fantastic look, and I think his charisma is just off the charts. Again, the result of that one is going to be interesting. If it was me booking, I would have Santos Escobar win because I think he's a better... How do I put this correctly? I think he's a better representative as being the Cruiserweight champion. The reason why I can see Jordan Devlin possibly winning that one is, again, because I think Santos Escobar is ready for the main stage. I think Santos Escobar is ready for Raw or SmackDown right now. The only issue is that a lot of the time at the moment, if you get called up to Raw and SmackDown, that's kind of a bit of a death sentence, isn't it, for you, unfortunately? That sometimes can be the problem. That sometimes can be the problem there. But there are certainly, as I mentioned, there are several matches on tonight's card where it's promising. It's very, very promising. Girlboss32 says Adam Cole, I'm guessing you're saying Adam Cole winner. She also said, well, I'm guessing it's she, it says Girlboss. Also says Finn Balor winning as well. In the match, Drake Maverick just jumped in the ring to get a super kick from Tyler Breeze. Breeze has just saved his tag team partner as well. Kick to the guts, or a pair of super kicks to Killian Dane. Falls into the cover, and it's broken up by Drake Maverick. I don't know if the crowd looks to be as big. I don't know if the crowd looks to be as big as it was previously. Last night, I know they've definitely got more fans in the Capitol Wrestling Center than they had previously. It was surprising to see that many fans in there last night. Again, the issue is, given an inside venue anyway, is the social distancing conundrum. But especially in that Capitol Wrestling Center, because it's so tight, because it's so enclosed, I think that's interesting. Well, Killian Dane's just powerbomb Drake Maverick onto, looks like Fandango. He's going to cover him. And Killian Dane and Drake Maverick are the winners. They're the new #1 contenders for the NXT Tag Team Championships. The music for Drake Maverick and Killian Dane is just hilarious as well. It's fantastic. Kato White says, do you think Austin Aries will return to wrestling? Can you talk about it? And you are an inspiration to me. Love the vids. Well, I really appreciate that, Kato White. Opinions are all welcome here on the channel. Of course, we're growing a community here. If you haven't already, you can subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Smash a like if you're excited for NXT TakeOver, but I really appreciate that. Regarding Austin Aries, I mean, the thing is with this pandemic, the thing is that, and I respect people for having different opinions. I respect people for being able to voice their opinion. I'll never put someone down for having their own opinion. When it comes to Austin Aries, though, when you're ignoring facts and you're ignoring science, and when you're forcing your opinion and your point of view on someone else without taking into account other people's point of view, without respecting other people for their beliefs or respecting people for what they've been through over the course of the past 12 months especially, that's where I lose respect for people. And Austin Aries, if he never wrestles again, I don't think that anyone would have a problem with that. I think the problem now is with Austin Aries of being how vocal he has been, and for him giving his real bad opinion, uneducated opinion, and misinformed opinion. I just don't know, when things open up, who would want to book him. You know, people could say, well, he could be a great villain, he could be a great heel. It's beyond that. It's gone past the walls of kayfabe. It's gone past the walls of wrestling. People will legitimately hate him. People won't hate him in the way of pro wrestling. People will hate him for what he said and what he's done. And I know he's not on social media at the moment, and that's probably a good thing. So we don't have to hear it, what he has to say anymore. He's ridiculous, isn't he? I mean, you know, again. I'm not one of those people that's going to be really critical of people for having an opinion. I'm not going to be one of those people that's really critical for people expressing their opinion. But when you're just misinformed, when you are uneducated, when you ignore facts, that's when you have to take a step back and reevaluate yourself. But we're seeing a highlight package of Night 1 of NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. There's actually an interview now with William Regal. So William Regal was talking about how great Night 1 was of NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. But it's certainly very interesting tonight's show, because I do think this is the stronger night. I don't know if necessarily the nights have been completely balanced, but as I mentioned, I think the the Walter match with Tommaso Ciampa last night was just phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. William Regal's talking about the extra security measures for Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, and he's actually spoken about Adam Cole when he laid his hands on William Regal and asked him if he's been fined. William Regal said Adam Cole will not be getting fined. Thank you. Yeah, because of course Adam Cole actually put his hands, didn't he? He put his hands on William Regal on NXT a couple of weeks ago. William Regal actually took a bump, which was pretty cool. I remember every time we used to go to television tapings over here in the UK, I'm fortunate enough to see William Regal wrestle live in the UK for WWE a couple of times. I'm very fortunate to see that. One of the times that I saw him compete for WWE was at a SmackDown TV taping in 2000. It might have been 2006. I think it must have been 2006. It was right after WrestleMania 22. Right after WrestleMania 22, and I was at a SmackDown TV taping, and it was the opening match of the show, and the opening match of the show was JBL, WWE Hall of Famer JBL, defending the United States Championship against William Regal. William Regal came out, and it was a fun match. So I'm fortunate that a couple of times I managed to see William Regal perform live in the UK, and I know it's probably cliche to say, and I know people will say, yeah, he's popular in the UK and all that kind of stuff because he's from there. I don't think people realise. I mean, I know people are popular in their hometowns and that kind of stuff. William Regal is like a god over here in the UK, in front of the UK fans. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Let's go through a few predictions. We're about 12 minutes or so before we go live on the air for Night 2 of NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Let's do some quick predictions about the matches tonight. So as you can see there, the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships are on the line. We have Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart defending the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships against Candice, LeRae, and Indi Hartwell of The Way. Now this one is a bit interesting, isn't it? Because I wasn't a massive fan of how they did the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, I'll be honest. I still wasn't sure about if they were necessarily completely needed anyway for the brand. I would have preferred to have maybe a mid-card female championship as opposed to a Women's Tag Team Championship. I never felt that we had the Women's Tag Team Championships appear on all three brands enough. And I felt that really could have been a real fun way of tying up everything. I felt that could have been a real fun way of tying up the brands, but I think they realized that they needed to keep NXT as its completely separate entity. So what did they do? They make NXT have their own Women's Tag Team Championships. As I mentioned, if it's a way to seed future female tag teams for the future, then I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I just wasn't a massive advocate on establishing those championships anyway. I didn't necessarily think it was totally needed, if I'm going to be totally honest. But anyway, doesn't matter. The thing I wasn't happy about on that first night is, so they give the championships, they award them to Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, and then what do? They drop them the same night. Now, don't get me wrong, from the storyline point of view, I understand why they did it, because they had plans, obviously, for Raquel Gonzalez. I mean, she's the NXT Women's Champion at this point. But I don't know. I just didn't think it was necessarily, I wouldn't have done it that way. But we are where we are. It does make you think, because I would have thought that The Way, Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell, there's chemistry there. They're getting over, even as a heel team. And I think there's certainly an element of popularity there. And I would have said, you know what, given the popularity, given the chemistry that they have, it makes sense for Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell to win this one. But there is something in the back of my head going, well, Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon just became the Women's Tag Team Champions. So if they drop the championship, I mean, what are you looking at? You're looking at potentially having 3 champions, and the bouts have been established for about a month. You know, 3 champions in a month, that feels a bit excessive, doesn't it? So again, that's interesting. So I'm going to probably say Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart retain, but I do think this one can kind of go either way. I really do think this one can go either way. So we have the Cruiserweight Championship. The Undisputed Cruiserweight Championship will be officially crowned tonight in a ladder match, as I guess the official NXT Cruiserweight Champion, Jordan Devlin, will go up against the interim NXT Cruiserweight Champion, Santos Escobar. Now, obviously, HBK, Shawn Michaels, was the one that came out, slid the ladder in the ring, and told them, essentially, or implied to up the ante, as it will, and turn this into a ladder match. Now, it's interesting that they had Michaels do it. Obviously, he's synonymous with the ladder match anyway, but it is reminiscent of the Shawn Michaels Razor Ramon ladder match in terms of the scenario surrounding it, whereby it was at that time of Razor Ramon was the Intercontinental Champion, so technically with Shawn Michaels, you had two different people who had rightful claims to the championship, and they hung both championships above the ring. And the iconic image, apart from Shawn Michaels doing the splash, the iconic image is Razor Ramon winning that match and holding both Intercontinental Championships at WrestleMania 10. So one would assume tonight at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 2, we will have both NXT Cruiserweight Championships suspended above the ring. As I mentioned briefly during that match, that tag team match that we had on the pre-show, I would prefer that Santos Escobar wins the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. I think he has such a tremendous upside. I think he has tremendous potential. I think he has an excellent look. I think he holds himself as a champion very well. I think that in this case that might almost go against him, because I think he's ready. I think he's ready for the main roster, Santos Escobar. My concern would be, and I don't mean to, I'm almost hesitant to do the comparison between Andrade, but I think it's valid in the sense that these are two Mexican wrestlers with that background, Lucha Libre background, and they didn't do anything with Andrade, so who's to say that they look at Santos Escobar and they see any difference there in terms of utilizing him on the roster or anything like that? That would be my concern there, but that's my concern for anyone that gets called up from NXT to Raw or SmackDown anyway. That's the concern. But I think if you look at these two competitors in this one, I think Santos Escobar is ready. I think he's absolutely ready. I know he's only been with NXT for about a year or so, but there's no reason not to put him on Raw or SmackDown. I think he's ready. I think he's got a fantastic look. As I said, I think he's tremendous in the ring. I think his promos are probably stronger than Andrade's. I think his command of English is stronger. There was some clips they were showing here on the pre-show of Jordan Devlin and Santos Escobar getting into it at the global press conference they had. And to be honest, I thought Santos Escobar, the way that, again, he was incredibly composed, the way he spoke, all of it. He talked about how this is the Cruiserweight Championship. The Cruiserweight style is born out of Lucha Libre. So he was like, this division is in my blood. It courses through my veins. And I was watching that, and I was believing and hanging off every word he said. I believed it. And that's the important thing. So I think he's ready for the main roster. And if that's the case, I can see a situation where Jordan Devlin wins this one. Again, I would prefer Santos Escobar wins it. I don't want to get too much into the whole Jordan Devlin, the allegations, all that kind of stuff that was said or accused, because they are allegations. And the issue is with that entire, again, I have to choose my words carefully, but the issue, I suppose, with that movement and those kind of allegations is that all of the evidence is not necessarily circumstantial, but it's one series of events versus other. It's perspective, isn't it? It's one perspective against each other, and WWE ultimately did see something there, because Jordan Devlin, along with the likes of Joe Coffey and other names, were suspended, but they're allowed to come back, and that goes the same with the likes of Velveteen Dream and Austin Theory as well. And I guess eventually you have to move on. But I think some people are maybe a bit too quick to forget, and that kind of stuff just. It sits difficultly. It sits differently, I think, with me. But I think probably Jordan Devlin's going to win it, because I think Santos Escobar is ready for the main roster. So I think hopefully we see a situation where Santos Escobar wins by losing, if that makes sense there. Maybe that's the situation there. We also have the North American Championship on the line. We have Johnny Gargano, Johnny TakeOver himself, defending against Bronson Reed. Now, of course, Bronson Reed won the six-man Eliminator Gauntlet match last night on NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 1. Was a surprise winner. It was a very much a surprise winner by Bronson Reed last night, because I felt that match, the most likely outcome, I thought that match was going to be Dexter Lumis winning. And if it wasn't going to be Dexter Lumis, it was going to be LA Knight. So to see Bronson Reed get the victory was certainly surprising. It looks like Dexter Lumis is actually going to be feuding with LA Knight going forward in NXT, which is interesting. I think the dichotomy of that situation is fascinating. You've got LA Knight, the guy that will never shut up, the guy who's always talking, against Dexter Lumis, the guy that never talks. Dexter Lumis' finisher is called the silence. He's trying to silence the guy that's always talking. It's natural storytelling. That makes total sense. So that's interesting. I'm a fan of Bronson Reed's work. I think he's obviously he's an attraction. I think he lives in the tradition of WWE big men that really can work. I think he's obviously at this point in his career, he's not a Bam Bam Bigelow or that kind of big guy worker or a Yokozuna or anything like that. But he's in that category, and he can work like that. He's nimble on his feet, and he's an incredible athlete. I mean, his finisher is a splash from the top rope. I mean, that's Vader territory. So I'm a fan of his work, and I'm interested to see what happens tonight. Do I think he'll win? I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule that one out. I really wouldn't. I think the NXT North American Championship, they're a bit looser, NXT and Triple H and those officials in NXT, they're a bit looser about it because they realize they can put the NXT North American Championship on someone and maybe help elevate them. And they tried it with Leon Ruff. I know that was kind of a transitional deal, but they tried it in that sense. And again, that was maybe a way to try and elevate someone. And it might be the case if they try that at Bronson Reed here. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bronson Reed wins this one. That's going to be maybe my curveball prediction there. So I'm going to go with Bronson Reed to win that one. Nuben Co's in the chat. He says, hello, how you doing? I'm doing very well. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying WrestleMania week. If you are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. If you're excited for NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 2, smash a like on the like button. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, we've got a lot of content coming over the course of the next few days, including all of this WrestleMania, the watch-alongs, the live streams, the reactions, the previews, the predictions. All that stuff is coming in the next couple of days. So now is the time to subscribe if you haven't already. Let's move on to another match. It's actually going on the pre-show right now. We can see the promo package about it. It's the unsanctioned match between Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. And this is the one that obviously everyone's expecting to steal the show, isn't it? This is the one that everyone thinks is going to be... It's going to be maybe the match of certainly this show. Is it going to be the match of NXT TakeOver? Is it going to be the match of the week? That remains to be seen. I know that a lot of people have really high expectations for this. In the same way that Io Shirai had her swan song last night on NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 1, I have a feeling this is the swan song and the final goodbye of Adam Cole in NXT tonight. I think this is going to be Adam Cole's final NXT performance. Adam Cole's been with NXT for 3 and a bit years at this point. I mean, it's really that long. It was 2017, wasn't it? And I think he probably would have gone to the main roster sooner, but he decided to carry NXT on his back, especially when they moved to the USA Network in 2019. He was the champion. He held the championship for over a year, and this guy was NXT. And he helped carry NXT. But there have been talks about the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, or a combination of a couple of them heading to the main roster at some point. And the discussion always was, do the Undisputed Era as a faction go up to the main roster? Does just one of them go up? And there were rumors that the rumors were essentially that a couple of them wanted to go up and a couple of them didn't. And maybe that's why they split them up, but certainly that is going to be interesting. But it looks like we're just about to start. I mean, I've been rattling on. We're going to start. So I can't even tell you my prediction for the NXT Championship match. We'll have to get to that. But NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 2 is just about to go on the air. We're going to have the Cruiserweight Championship opening up the show. And it's WrestleMania week as well. We're getting close. I mean, technically, it's now Friday over here in the United Kingdom. So technically, we're about 24 hours away, I guess. I don't know, 24 hours time. I'll be watching SmackDown. 48 hours. I mean, these times. But yes, we are live on the air. NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 2 is just about to start, which is very exciting. If you're excited for NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver, be sure to smash a like on the like button. I've got the caffeine ready. There she is. I believe that's Poppy. So Poppy is kicking things off with another performance. I saw Triple H say that she wants to wrestle, apparently. Against who? I don't know. I'd love to see her go up against Raquel Gonzalez and Gonzalez absolutely just squash her. Noob & Co says, I'm surviving this week, but hey, nothing more than taking a breather after the past few days. Well, do what you can, my friend. It's the biggest wrestling week of the year, so enjoy it, kick back, relax, watch NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 2 with everyone here. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. I will be honest, though, when it comes to Poppy, and I'm such a wrestling mark. I don't know about you. This is how much of a mark I am for pro wrestling, is that for a period of time, and probably even now, my Spotify playlist and my Spotify library is pretty much just influenced by stuff that I hear on pro wrestling. So my gym playlist is essentially songs that have been pay-per-view themes or entrance themes or songs that have been used in promos and stuff like that. And if I watch things like this, if I watch like takeovers and I hear a song that I like, I'll put it on there. Apart from that, I mean, I just, I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue about modern music or anything like that. It's only if I see something on a wrestling program. That's how much of a mark I am. So my point being is that I do actually have a couple of Poppy songs on my Spotify playlist. They're not bad. Well, she's screaming at the moment. I don't know about that. I remember, though, she did... they opened up NXT TakeOver Portland with a Poppy performance. And no disrespect to her, but she was miming and it was awful. I mean, it was really bad. But she's still performing in the ring, screaming. I thought she was in trouble there for a second, but she's okay. Capital Wrestling Center looks great as always as well. I didn't realize as well, and again, I'm not a massive Poppy fan. I have a couple of her songs to get on the Spotify playlist. But isn't she one of these people that she actually does a few different genres of music? I mean, if we have any Poppy fans in the chat, you can let me know. Noob & Co says, I was shocked that Rhea Ripley turned heel, a title match that has no proper build and no storytelling between Asuka and Rhea Ripley. That's just this WrestleMania in general, unfortunately. The build-up to this WrestleMania has been horrific. Mismanaged, confused. It's almost like they've ran out of time. Nevertheless, though, and this is my point with WrestleMania, I've been driving home recently in quite a few of the videos we've been doing, is that I have a lot of faith that this WrestleMania is very similar to WrestleMania 31 in the sense that that build to that WrestleMania was terrible. That WrestleMania was terrible, but the show itself was phenomenal. It was one of the better WrestleManias in recent history. And I think we're probably going to be seeing a similar situation for WrestleMania 37 nights 1 and 2. The card is I mean, it could obviously be stronger, but it's good. It is good. So I think we're going to see some really, really, really fun matches at WrestleMania. But we are live at the Capital Wrestling Center. Well, I'm not. I'm at home. But the Capital Wrestling Center is live. And we can see the Deadly Game skull flashback to Survivor Series 1998 in that. I think it's a great set. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Love it. And there he is, Santos Escobar. I really wish I could like roll my R's and be really good when I say like sort of the Latin names, but I can't. Santos Escobar. It just sounds like a shit pirate. But here he is, Santos Escobar. He's removing the mask. But I mean, talk about a match to start this off. I mean, that's a giant ladder as well. It's huge. Girlboss32 says build up for Sasha Banks and Bianca has been horrible too. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's been terrible. How do we build up arguably the biggest female match on the show? We involve it, we surround it, or make the focal point of it. We make that Reginald. What's the point there? I mean, it's stupid. Absolutely stupid. I tell you what, I'm a really big fan of as well. I said I'm a big fan of Santos Escobar. I think his look, I think his charisma, I think he just oozes money. Also a big fan of the logo. The logo and the graphics, that sort of Aztec look, I think it's just awesome. I'm such a fan of that pattern. See, Big Show's just stealing my line. I said he was oozing charisma. But here comes Jordan Devlin. And don't get me wrong, Jordan Devlin's a tremendous talent. Just some of the some of the stories were not conducive to what you would expect from a champion. There was a story, and this was before the pandemic. This was around the time that Jordan Devlin actually won the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. And that story was that Shawn Michaels, obviously NXT producer, essentially the number 2 behind Triple H, is a massive fan of Jordan Devlin, and that's the reason why he's as featured as he is. And also, again, don't get me wrong, he's a great talent. But that's why he's as featured as he is. But yeah, they're doing the similar of the WrestleMania 10 look with Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. They've got the 2 championships hanging above the ring. So the winner of the match is going to be the person that gets both championships, and then they can pose with them both. That's going to be the image. Santos Escobar saying a quick prayer before this one. Santos Escobar obviously has the size advantage. Santos Escobar is literally 204 in the 205 limit. But this one is going to be a banger, as they would say. There we go. Both superstars are brawling to start these off. Well, kind of. And Jordan with some forearms to the face of Escobar. Whips him off the ropes. And a reverse elbow. And Jordan Devlin is talking some trash. Santos Escobar back to his feet, though. Side headlock. Whips him into the ropes. Leapfrog by Jordan Devlin. And a beautiful arm drag by the Irish Ace. You don't realize as well how much bigger actually Santos Escobar is than Jordan Devlin. Some chain wrestling to start this one up, though. Santos Escobar going for it. Looks like a butterfly suplex to start that. Nice. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. A beautiful side headlock takeover by Santos Escobar. But he got sort of literally leaped up from the canvas to do it. That was gorgeous. Reverse elbow by Santos Escobar as well. And goes for a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Kick to the gut by Escobar too. Big fan of Santos Escobar's gear as well. He's got the tassels on the boots. Although it doesn't beat his Halloween Havoc. Santos Escobar had this Halloween Havoc gear. That was, it might be, I don't even know if Ray actually had given him the gear. But it was a play on the Rey Mysterio gear. Standing moonsault by Jordan Devlin. It sounds like whether the fans in attendance are firmly behind Santos Escobar, not behind Jordan Devlin. Don't blame him. Devlin's going to go for a plancha, lands on the apron. He's going to go for looks to be an Asai moonsault, beautiful springboard moonsault, but looks like Devlin might have hit the back of his head on the announce table though. The referee's definitely communicating with the back. You can tell when they grab the back of their trousers, their pants, as the Americans would say. They've got a little communication pack, and if they click it, it opens up the microphone so they can talk to the people back in Gorilla, those being Triple H and Shawn Michaels. But Jordan Devlin, yeah, he hit a springboard moonsault to the outside. Landed it perfectly, but he hits the back of his head on the announce table. Looks to be completely fine, though. Devlin grabs the first ladder. Interesting start. Oh, slides under by Escobar. Oh, and the ladder straight into the face of the interim NXT champion. I was going to say, interesting start. I wouldn't call it a slow one, but what I would say is that it does feel a bit calculated. But every time you think like this with these kind of ladder matches, then next thing you know, they get ramped up and you see some craziness, which I'm sure we will see in this match. So Devlin went to climb the ladder. Santos Escobar pulled him down, and oh my gosh, he just shoved his head straight into that ladder. I thought for a second that Jordan Devlin was a bit bloody. He's not, though. But his head went straight into it. That was nasty. Again, I don't know if there's as many fans in the Capitol Wrestling Center tonight. It's difficult to tell because the crowd, the front row is lit and the sort of back row isn't amazingly lit. It might be the same. It might be the same. Escobar's going to look to powerbomb Devlin into the ladder. Doesn't manage to do it, though. Devlin fights out. Devlin whips Escobar. Oh, Devlin goes into the ladder and goes over the top rope to the outside. My, oh, my. That was not a nice landing. Devlin's taken a couple of tough bumps to start this one off. He hits the back of his head on the announce table, hits the ladder, and then flies out to the outside. We can see a replay of it. Devlin, he jumps up because that's how you take the bump, but the ricochet of it all just throws him over the top rope. That was nasty. Now Escobar's sizing Devlin up on the outside of the ring. Devlin's up against the barricade. Escobar, running knees to the face. I mean, this has all been Santos Escobar so far. It's been all him. Santos Escobar just sprints a couple of knees to the face of Devlin. Devlin just bounces off the wall of the Capitol Wrestling Center. I don't think Santos Escobar's even actually tried to climb the ladder yet, really, has he? But Escobar, now he's got a ladder. He's perching it up against the barricade. Oh, Devlin goes for an uppercut. Kind of hits it. Escobar just doesn't sell it. He just carries on. Now Escobar's looking up at the championship. Again, he's just methodical pace. But now he's trying to set up the ladder in the middle of the ring, it looks like. Oh, drop kicks the ladder into Jordan Devlin. That was nice. Oh, and then the ladder just landed on Jordan Devlin's legs. Like I said, as Devlin got in hardly any offense so far. I think he got a moonsault. That was about it. A ladder landed on the legs, which Devlin's still selling, and a ladder to the gut now of Jordan Devlin by Santos Escobar. And again, these ladders continuously to the gut of Jordan Devlin. Escobar runs into the corner, drop kick. Oh, drop kicks the ladder into the gut of Jordan Devlin. As Santos Escobar goes out the ring, he's going to go to underneath the ring once more. He's going to find some more weapons, it looks like. He's found another ladder. Is it a bigger one? It looks to still be a relatively small one. Yeah, Jordan Devlin, I mean, since he hit that moonsault earlier on in the match, he's had nothing. I mean, we're talking no offense at all. Which is certainly interesting. Escobar is now climbing to the top, climbing the ladder. Looks like he's going to go for it. Obviously, this is to crown the undisputed Cruiserweight champion. Santos Escobar is technically the interim. Escobar climbed the ladder. Devlin grabbed a foot, but Escobar just looked pretty PO'd, to be honest, and just jumped down and was stomping the hell out of Jordan Devlin. As I mentioned before, I mean, Escobar's just slapped Devlin in the face. Devlin's had nothing. Absolutely nothing. And Santos Escobar looks very happy with himself because of it. Now Escobar's now perched a ladder on top of the ring post on the top rope. Oh, turns around, just kicks Devlin in the face. Santos Escobar talking some trash to Devlin, saying, "You see what happens." Oh, and a slap to the face. And again, it's just, I mean, again, Jordan Devlin's had nothing. Nothing. Oh, it reverses. Oh, Escobar's face goes into the ladder. Maybe this is Devlin's way back into this one. But this has been an interesting one. I expected and again, I know we're about 15 minutes into it, probably about 10 minutes into this match so far, and this could go 15-20, to be honest. I would expect around 15. I expected a drop kick to the gut of Devlin there by Escobar. I maybe expected a bit of a faster start to this one. Again, don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with a methodical match at all, but it does feel a bit maybe too methodical. I don't know. It's been all Escobar. Escobar now going for the slingshot. Oh, of course, Devlin. I hate that spot. They do it in every ladder match. They do it all the time. Oh, DDT from Devlin off the top of the ladder. Yeah, they do that spot where basically one person gets someone in the slingshot and they go to slingshot them into the ladder. And then wouldn't you know it, they land on the ladder. It's the dumbest spot. It lacks any form of logic. But anyway, pulls him. Escobar goes to pull him off the ladder, goes to climb up the ladder. Devlin hit a DDT, kind of. Oh, nice. Escobar just hip tossed Devlin out of the ring, but Devlin lands on his feet. Escobar's now going to go for a dive, it looks like. Suicide dive, nice, and pushes Devlin into the ladder. That was nice. Enjoyed that spot. And the ladder hasn't moved. It's interesting. The ladder hasn't moved. We're seeing a replay here. So Devlin was reaching the ladder, and basically Devlin just jumps off and turns it into a DDT. You can see the replay of beautiful Tope Suicida by Santos Escobar. Escobar is implying that it's over. He's saying it's over. He's saying, don't worry about it, it's over. And I think, I don't know if it will be, but again, Escobar's had most of the offense here. Now Escobar's talking some trash in Spanish. I don't know if Devlin speaks any. I've always thought that if I was in a fight and he was talking Spanish to me, some trash in Spanish, but I don't get it, I think the thing that would frustrate me the most wouldn't be the trash talking, it'd be the fact that I don't understand what he's saying. I'd be like, honestly, I don't. You know, I'm happy to take the trash, but if you don't know what it is, well, Escobar goes for a butterfly suplex of sorts, or gets reversed, back body drop onto the ladder as well. Escobar looks to be in pain. He didn't really land on flush on the ladder. He landed on the edge of it as well. And now we have both superstars on their knees trading blows. Both men back to their feet now, still trading forearms and punches. Escobar's getting more out. It looks like all ducks under. And here comes Devlin trying to fight back. Oh, punch to the face. Now Santos Escobar's down to his knee. Oh, a jumping knee by Santos Escobar there. Escobar's going to go hit the ropes. Oh, Spanish fly by Jordan Devlin. Devlin's in the corner. Santos Escobar charges him. Oh, spinning cutter by Jordan Devlin from the outside of the ring to the inside. We still haven't had many close attempts for the Cruiserweight Championship as of yet. What's interesting is, as I mentioned, the crowd that are in the Performance Center, the crowd that are in that Capital Wrestling Center, they're pretty divided. This is a split crowd. I would argue that they are more in favor for Santos Escobar, even though it looks like, even though it looks a bit like that. It looks like they're trying to portray the match as if Jordan Devlin is the babyface, but it certainly isn't going to get the reaction like that. What is Jordan Devlin doing? Oh my God, moonsault from the top of the ladder. That was insane. My, oh my. I mean, that was an impressive spot in that one. Jeez. To see the replay, Devlin is right on the tippy top. This is incredible. Look at this. Beautiful moonsault. Shades of Kurt Angle's. Kurt Angle style moonsault. Just a complete float over. Beautiful. He absolutely lands it as well. That's a great spot. Incredible. Look at that. That takes balls of steel. It really does. Kevin Abreu says, one question. What next for Io Shirai? I think she's probably going to go to Raw or SmackDown, Kevin. If you are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, if you are new to the channel. Super chats as well are open. You can do that by clicking the $sign if you wish to contribute to the channel. Devlin is climbing the rope, climbing the ladder. Oh, here comes Legado del Fantasma. Oh, my gosh. He just pushed Jordan Devlin off the ladder to the outside of the ring. And I mean, Devlin just made it. That looked very, very dangerous, to say the least. And Devlin doesn't look happy by it, certainly. And they've just thrown Devlin into the steel steps. Mendoza and Wilde came out. And, I mean, Devlin had climbed the ladder. He was going to reach it. And out came Legado del Fantasma. They pushed the ladder. And it was very obvious that Jordan Devlin's feet were not set or he wasn't ready for it. And he sort of just made it over the top rope. Now Santos Escobar is saying it's all good and he's sending them to the back. And Santos Escobar looks to be happy. Again, I told you, Jordan Devlin's being portrayed as the babyface in this scenario. Now Santos Escobar is now climbing the ladder. He's taking his time. He's doing the slow climb like that. He's not got the ladder underneath it. Oh, Devlin's just thrown the ladder at Escobar. Well, surely wouldn't Legado del Fantasma come back out? Well, Jordan Devlin's... What was the whole point of that run-in then? Because they're fine now. Because he's fine. He's back to his feet. Surely they would come back out. Why haven't they come back out? There isn't... Where is the logic in that one? There is no logic there. The Escobar's looking to do something. We've got two ladders. Devlin and Escobar standing on a ladder each. That's right next to each other. I think they're going to go for a Spanish fly. Yeah, Spanish fly from the top of the ladder. Jordan Devlin looks like he's got some blood as well. He's got a cut on his shoulder, it looks like. Referees at ringside have got the gloves on whenever anyone's cut open. But we can see here it was a Spanish fly from off the ladder. That was incredible. I think the moonsault, to be honest, by Devlin was absolutely madness as well. That was incredible. From the tippy top of the ladder, it's incredibly impressive. But again, where are Legado del Fantasma now? That's my problem with that spot. If you're going to do that spot, you're going to have to find a way to write them out of it. Why did they not come back out? Surely they would come back out. That doesn't that make the most sense in that scenario? Is them coming back out again? But Jordan Devlin's climbing, and again, he's definitely being perceived as the babyface in this match. That's no doubt about that one. But Devlin's climbing. He's nearly at the top of the ladder. He's still quite a way away from the Cruiserweight Championship. He's got one of them. What if they grab one each? What does that mean? Are we back to where we are? Restart the match? I don't know. Devlin's just smashing Santos Escobar's head off the ladder. He's grabbed one. Oh, my God. Santos Escobar just headbutted Jordan Devlin off the top of the ladder. He's just crashed through a ladder in the corner. He's still got blood all dripping down his back. It's going to be Santos Escobar's to win. It's got to be like Jordan Devlin. Oh, my gosh. That was insane. Santos Escobar is up there by himself. He's taking his time. It looks like he's going to grab both titles. Are we going to have an undisputed NXT Cruiserweight Champion? He's got one, and he's got to grab the second. And Santos Escobar is the undisputed NXT Cruiserweight Champion. Slow start. I mean, I don't think it's the most amazing ladder match I've ever seen, but some of the bumps in that match were absolutely insane. Credit to Jordan Devlin. He took some absolutely insane bumps. But Santos Escobar is not the interim NXT Cruiserweight champion anymore. He is the undisputed NXT Cruiserweight champion now. What a match, though. I mean, what a match. I mean, again, is it the best ladder match I've ever seen? No. But some of those spots in that one, you're talking about the Spanish fly off the ladder. You're talking about the moonsault off the top of the ladder by Jordan Devlin. That was fantastic. We can see it on the replay now. Jordan Devlin, this moonsault, and they got the Wile E. Coyote camera as well. That is incredible. It's just such a great moonsault, and that hurts. Again, Legado del Fantasma again came out, and to be fair, Devlin took a bump, and he reacted very, very well, because that bump could have been really nasty. You can see the Spanish fly off the ladder here as well. That was nice. But it's this final bump that I think they're going to show now. Jordan Devlin looks like he's touching it. It's the headbutt, and I mean, Devlin commits to it because he jumps through a ladder. He lands back first through a ladder, perched up in the corner. Insane spot. But Santos Escobar is the undisputed NXT Cruiserweight champion. Fun opener. Enjoyed that. Solid ladder match. Again, is it the best ladder match I've ever seen in my life? No. But I enjoyed it. Santos Escobar is there with his son. His 9-year-old son is celebrating. And one of his son is holding one of the NXT Cruiserweight Championships there. But again, it's interesting because it makes you wonder, who's the babyface, who's the heel in that one? Because for the match, they were trying to definitely portray that Jordan Devlin was the babyface. But at the end of this, you've got a man celebrating with his son, the undisputed NXT Cruiserweight Champion. That's the babyface. That's the babyface there. So fun opener. Enjoyed that one. We see Adam Cole arriving earlier today, and he was confronted by NXT General Manager William Regal. Security. One of that security is Blake Christian. That's Blake Christian from Impact Wrestling. I know he recently signed to WWE, but I guess that's what's working. You come to the Performance Center, you immediately become a security guard. And then you can see Kyle O'Reilly arriving, wearing a Misfits t-shirt. Of course, the reason William Regal was giving Adam Cole the eye there, as it were, was because obviously Adam Cole attacked William Regal a couple of weeks ago on NXT. But the next match is for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Try and follow that ladder match. But there you go. The NXT Women's Tag Team Championship matches are up next. We're seeing a replay of MSK's NXT Tag Team Championship victory last night at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 1. It looks like there's a backstage interview with the new NXT Tag Team Champions, MSK. I was really happy to see the Rascals have this success in WWE. They really are just a tremendous tag team. They really are. But of course, yes, the new number one contenders are Killian Dane and Drake Maverick. Yeah, I think obviously they're going to. I think it's relatively obvious. You would think, or one would think, that MSK will retain in their first match that they have for the NXT Tag Team Championships. But talk about an introduction that they've had. They're asked for their prediction for the Cole O'Reilly match. And they're also asked for their prediction for the Finn Balor Karrion Kross match. And obviously they're saying different answers. So there you go. My Kiki MC says, hi, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us for NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 2. Oh, we've got a Peacock advert. Oh, who honestly cares? Nobody does. Nobody does about Peacock. I mean, even people in the United States that have to have it. I mean, I don't know if there's anyone on the chat that has Peacock or was forced to have Peacock, but I know people are not. They get the Premier League on Peacock as well. I remember hearing something, and this is probably going off on a tangent for a wrestling stream, but I remember hearing something that it was something of the effect that to watch football in the United States, soccer, if you would call it that, the streaming packages are like ridiculously inexpensive. But here come Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell for our second match of the evening, and this one's for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, where we're going to see new champions. I don't know how I feel. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how I feel about the way. I don't know if they necessarily do it for me. I know they've been interesting, and maybe it's just because I'm not one of those people that's totally always constantly up to date with NXT, because I usually watch Dynamite on a Wednesday night, but we didn't have that problem anymore, do we? Of course, they're changing shows. They're changing nights, rather. They're going to different nights, which, to be fair, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But here comes the current NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Here comes Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon. They're coming out on the tank. The tank's still awesome. The tank's still absolutely awesome, isn't it? Of course, Ember Moon is the first superstar in NXT history to hold the NXT Women's Championship and the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Talk about someone that's been revitalized since going back to NXT. This is what you can do. Look at Ember Moon, look at Finn Balor, as they were lost on the main roster, and they go back to NXT and they're totally revitalized. But this one's interesting because, again, I wouldn't be shocked in the slightest if we see new champions here. And if we do see new champions here, that's 3 champions, even though the titles were established, a month or so ago. Which, again, is certainly very interesting. But we're getting the championship introductions. We're getting the Howard Finkel mic. We're getting the side graphics, probably, I would think, as well. I wouldn't mind seeing the way win, purely because, as well, I think Candice LeRae certainly deserves a championship for all that she's done in NXT. Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon are odd. I'm not sure about those intangibles. Fiery and ballsy. The other one was like convicted and entitled. What would that even mean? But it is for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. This is the first time that an NXT Women's Tag Team there's been an NXT Women's Tag Team title match on an NXT TakeOver event. So the bell has rung, but we don't have the superstars in their respective corners as of yet. As Shotzi Blackheart is brawling with Candice LeRae, and it looks like Indi Hartwell was brawling with Ember Moon. She's out of the ring. Hartwell has just grabbed Shotzi Blackheart, and a senton by Candice LeRae, putting Shotzi Blackheart to the floor, gets a 2 count. It's deceptive of the size of Indi Hartwell as well. She's considerably taller than everyone in this match, which is great to see. I mean, you don't want everyone to be looking the same. Same size, same whatever. The fact that we have diversity in the women's division in terms of size, race, backgrounds, you name it, it's fantastic to see. Oh, Indi Hartwell just dropped Shotzi Blackheart onto the knees of Candice LeRae. That was nice. Gets a 2 count. Hartwell sends Shotzi Blackheart into the rope, gets a reverse elbow to Shotzi. Kicks out at 2 though, or might have even been 1 count as well. But the way are certainly working over Shotzi Blackheart here early on. Reverse elbow by Candice LeRae, snap mare, and looks to be a snap neck breaker. Shotzi kicks out at 2. But the way have started this one pretty fast. And again, they're working over Shotzi Blackheart, which is interesting. Oh, forearms to the gut there. And again. Oh, a reverse elbow by Candice LeRae. They're talking about Shotzi Blackheart attacking having the tank attacked by Candice LeRae in the past. So Ember Moon hasn't even been able to get into this match at this point. That's how they've started off so far. Again, it's all been all the way. It's all been going the way of the way so far. If that makes sense. It's all been going the way of the way so far. And Candice LeRae is now the legal woman once more. And is just standing on Shotzi Blackheart, who's been laid across the apron there. And they're talking about, referring to once again, Indi, Hartwell, and Dexter Lumis. Candice LeRae goes for a cover with her feet on the second rope, but the referee catches her. So no pinfall there. And, Ember Moon hasn't even managed to get in this one at all, as of yet. Not at all. Capital Wrestling Center is trying to encourage Shotzi Blackheart to get back into this one, to no avail though. Indi Hartwell tags herself back in. But still no Ember Moon. I mean, I'm guessing when Ember Moon gets in this one, we're going to get a big hot tag. You would think so, considering that Ember Moon just hasn't even been featured at all at this point. I mean, that's what they're building towards, obviously. Maybe if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. If you're enjoying TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 2, smash a like on the like button, as Ember Moon has now officially been tagged into this one. Takes out Hartwell on the apron. It's Ember and Candice LeRae as the legal females in this one. And, oh, what a right hand. She's going to do a flip, flop, and fly. She's paying homage to Road Dogg Brian James. Of course, he's recovering at the moment. He was in hospital after he had a heart attack. He is home and recovering though, which is good to hear. But she channeled, the Road Dogg Jesse James, Ember Moon there. Good for her. Ember Moon's going to the top rope, it looks like. Oh, Candice LeRae bounces off the ropes and Ember Moon gets cut down there. And Indi Hartwell has been tagged in once more, and we're looking at maybe a double team here. Are they going to go for maybe a Tower of Doom? Oh, no. Shotzi Blackheart just throws Indi Hartwell to the canvas, and now we've got a situation where Candice LeRae's on the second rope, Ember Moon's on the top. Oh, we are going to get a Tower of Doom, it looks like. Tower of Doom, kind of. There, Indi Hartwell powerbombed Shotzi Blackheart, who then suplexed, I guess it was Candice LeRae, or Indi Hartwell covers Ember Moon for a 2 count. Remember, NXT Women's Tag Team Championships are on the line. As we see a replay of the Tower of Doom there. But you have to give certainly, again, it's an unenviable position to follow. It's certainly an unenviable position to follow because, even if the ladder match was what it was, I thought it was a good ladder match. Was it the most amazing ladder match? No, but following that, being second on any card, especially a big card in WrestleMania week, is always very difficult. As a spine buster by Indi Hartwell onto Ember Moon. Would assume Ember kicks out at 2. See the spine buster. It's not sort of a sit out spine buster, more of a knee out spine buster almost. Candice LeRae looking to tag herself back in, somehow get back into this one. She does indeed. No, Ember just gets shoved into Indi Hartwell. In comes Shotzi Blackheart. Goes to the top at a crossbody to both Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell. Oh, dragon suplex. Nice. By Shotzi Blackheart onto Candice LeRae. And Shotzi goes for a dive to the outside, just misses. Oh my God. That was nasty. Man, the camera's turned away as well. They're just facing Ember Moon. They're not even focusing on Shotzi Blackheart. That might be bad. She looks to be okay. They're going to show a replay. Basically, Shotzi Blackheart goes for a tope suicida. And to say that she misses, I mean, she essentially misses Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell and just crashes into the barricade. It was nasty. I think she's okay though, but they didn't shoot her for a second. It was that bad. I mean, Shotzi doesn't look with it at all. I wouldn't be surprised if she's got a concussion. That was nasty. That was very, very nasty. But it's not the first time she's done that when it comes to the suicide dives, is it? Candice LeRae kicks out at 2 in the ring. But yeah, every time it's not getting. That's not the first time she's done that when it comes to the suicide dives, man. Again, she's done that. She's done that a couple of times during her NXT career, but she looks to be fine. Fortunately, I just could do without seeing that all the time. And Candice LeRae just knocks Ember Moon off the apron. Gonna tag in Indi Hartwell. Hartwell, well, kind of a double team. Again, that was a bit sloppy. 2, and Ember breaks it up. Oh, Shotzi Blackheart looked finished there. And it's crazy as well. I mean, we cover a lot of Impact Wrestling on this channel, and obviously Impact. This is Impact's first move back to Thursday nights, and it's going to be interesting to see how many viewers they do, because I would assume that a lot of people are going to be watching this NXT TakeOver Night 2. Ember Moon's been tagged back into the match. She's going to the top rope, and a tag again for kind of a double eclipse onto both Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell. Shotzi Blackheart's going to the top rope. She's going to try something, and the senton from the top rope onto Indi Hartwell. That's going to be all she wrote. And Blackheart and Ember Moon retain. Okay, I think at best, maybe, to describe that one. That was I always hate saying, matches are sloppy, and I hate saying, it was sloppy, or there was botches, or that kind of stuff. That it happens. Don't get me wrong, it happens. There were just parts of that match that were just, it wasn't great. Ember Moon's checking if Shotzi Blackheart's okay, and she's saying she is, but yeah, there were parts of that match that were uncomfortable, just because it felt sloppy. Even that finisher with Hartwell and Candice LeRae didn't look exactly crisp, I would say. And that was it. again, it's just, I don't want to say, I hate to say matches are sloppy, but it was sloppy. I think that might have been the problem on that one. But Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart retain the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships in this one. Double Eclipse was nice. But again, even that one, I don't know if it was the way that it was shot. It didn't look like it was shot completely correctly. All that kind of stuff. It just didn't look as good as, maybe as crisp as it could do. Which I guess was certainly frustrating. But we have the champions retaining the championships that they have. And Shotzi Blackheart is somehow alive still. But there's Finn Balor, the NXT champion himself. The NXT champion is backstage. I thought he was drinking like vodka or something there for a second. I was like, geez, Finn, got a match. And then they're showing Karrion Kross backstage. They've got a filter over it to make it look like a sort of different reality, and it looks fantastic. He's punching a punching bag. There's little bits of the presentation and stuff like that just make his presentation great. Karrion Kross and Scarlett just facing off there. As we see a advert for WrestleMania on this is going to be night one. Well, Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. I was actually, it was so frustrating. Is I mentioned it as we started the stream off earlier tonight that the reason I didn't upload a video today is because I was getting the new mic in and I was making sure that I got the audio levels right, because it's really, really rare that you get a microphone that you can just plug in and the audio levels are fine. It always takes a couple of tests, and you have to do a load of videos, and you have to talk gibberish to get it right and make sure that everything works and all that kind of stuff. So I did do a video because I thought I had the audio levels right. And I did a video and I was talking about Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, and then I listened to it back, and honestly, the audio levels were disgustingly bad. So my long-winded point being is that Sasha Banks has maybe revealed that the main event of night one of WrestleMania is actually going to be Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. That's what she said. She did a podcast interview, and she was getting really emotional, and basically she revealed that she was going to be main eventing night one with Bianca Belair, which leads one to think that the opening match of WrestleMania night one will be Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. So we're seeing a replay of Bronson Reed winning the 6-man Gauntlet Eliminator match last night at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 1. Would lead one to think that the NXT North American Championship match is coming up next. That's Johnny Gargano versus Bronson Reed. Which should be interesting. I mean, no disrespect to Bronson Reed or Johnny Gargano, but after this match is... There's Gable Stevenson. He's Olympian, NCAA Division I National Champion, Danny Hodge Trophy winner. And standing next to him is Stephanie McMahon. She is hyping him up. She's clapping. So we've got... it's a big signing. It's a massive signing. But here comes Bronson Reed. So we've got the NXT North American Championship match coming up next. It's going to be a big match for Bronson Reed. No, but my point I was going to say there before I got distracted by Gable Stevenson, my point is that, I mean, no disrespect to Johnny Gargano, no disrespect to Bronson Reed or the matches we've had, but once this match is over, then we're looking at the big matches that everyone's tuning in for. And then we're talking about the big matches that everyone's excited about. That's Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Unsanctioned, and it's also Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross NXT Championship. What is interesting, I suppose, is which match is going to main event that one. I think that one just depends. I think that one really does depend. As I mentioned in the preview, I think that tonight's Adam Cole's final NXT performance. I really do. I think Adam Cole is going to have his final match in NXT tonight before he goes to either Raw or SmackDown. I think that's possibly the same for Karrion Kross too. So here comes Johnny Gargano. I know he's improved at portraying the heel Gargano, but he's obviously a better babyface, a much better babyface, as opposed to a heel. It just seems, it doesn't seem realistic that when he's a heel, just because he was so beloved, wasn't he, as Johnny TakeOver. Johnny Gargano is wearing an Iron Man inspired. I mean, is that Iron Man or is that War Machine, to be honest? Johnny Gargano, every time there's a takeover, he has some form of superhero inspired gear. But there's Austin Theory as well. He's giving the no-look high five. What's crazy of Austin Theory is that, this time last year, Austin Theory was making his main roster debut. He was wrestling on WrestleMania. And what a difference a year can make, right? At the time, it was incredible that he was being called up to compete at WrestleMania at the age of something ridiculous. How old is he? Like 21, 22, something crazy like that. He was competing on WrestleMania last year. And then due to the events of what happened over the summer, shall we say, he went back to NXT. And now he's back on NXT, and there have been even discussions about him possibly going back up to the main roster. So I don't know what is going on there. What is quite cool about Johnny Gargano's gear is it legitimately does light up in the arc reactor. Gargano was trying to do a big pose, and Bronson Reed just appeared over his shoulder. But again, I don't know. I don't know with Johnny Gargano. I get it that he's entertaining and he's growing into being the heel, and he has got better. But I still just struggle to have Gargano as a heel, just for everything that he's done with NXT. And I don't see Gargano going to the main roster anytime soon. I think he's like Ciampa. I think he's NXT for lifer. I think at this point. Be interesting to see this one again. We haven't had any new champions tonight. We've had Santos Escobar. He was an interim champion. He had the championship anyway. I know he's now undisputed. Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart, they retained the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Oof. Bronson Reed, I mentioned him about Bam Bam Bigelow earlier, and he just did a cartwheel, shades of Bam Bam. And that's who he's in the same mold of. That's what I said earlier. And just swats Johnny Gargano out the way. This is the chance we could have a new champion. Because I don't think we're going to have a new NXT champion in the main event. I think that's the shocker. Bronson Reed is just pressing Gargano over his head. Incredibly strong. Catches him. Fall away slam. Beautiful. And credit to Bronson Reed as well. He did compete 24 hours ago. I know that they try and hype that up on commentary like that's a big deal. In reality, if the pandemic had never happened, that's what you do as a WWE superstar. You compete 5 days in a row, don't you? Sometimes even more when it comes to the live event schedule. But it's difficult for a big guy. I think that's impressive as well. Is when you think about some of the big men over the course of WWE history, you're talking 5 nights a week, maybe even longer, maybe even more than that. And they're taking bumps every single night. I mean, that plays havoc on the joints. Gargano just tries to use himself as a long dart. Doesn't drop Bronson Reed, though. Bronson Reed still on his feet and just chops down Gargano with a chop that Walter would be proud of. That would be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? Bronson Reed versus Walter. Talk about a fun match that would be. So you can see a slingshot spear onto Bronson Reed. Usually that takes the opponent down. Didn't in this case. But Johnny Gargano trying to chop down Bronson Reed, manages to actually get him off his feet now. Finally able to get Bronson Reed off his feet. I mentioned in the preview and predictions though, maybe this is why I was undecided on this one about who was going to win it. I mentioned about NXT using the North American Championship in the past to maybe make someone, help elevate them to the new level. Who's to say that they did that at Bronson Reed? I mean, they did a Bam Bam Bigelow reference earlier. Maybe that's what they're trying to do here. Maybe that's maybe what they're going for. Gargano goes for a press, but he's just caught by Bronson Reed. Now he's on the shoulders of Bronson Reed. Gargano manages to, I think, rakes the eyes and just shoves Bronson Reed into the announce table, and the announce table just moved. The mid section just gets smashed into that announce table. That was nasty. That was really nasty. But now we have some weakness. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. Every time you have these big man versus small man scenario, you have to find a way to get to for the smaller man to chop the big down to side. You need to find a way to make it believable. Sometimes that's part of the problem, isn't it? Sometimes that's part of the problem is sometimes it can't. Because realistically, if we're talking about two healthy competitors here, you would go, well, why would this Bronson Reed have any problem with Johnny Gargano? If you injure him, you make it into a situation where suddenly, as a fan, as a casual viewer, you can start to emotionally invest in the match because there's logic. They've got the logic in this one that Bronson Reed maybe has an injury to the ribs at this point. Only gets a 1 count, though. Harrison Bennett says, "Hi, mate. Loving the watch-along. You keeping an eye on Impact tonight, mate?" Well, I'm doing as best as I can. I've got my phone here. But I'm kind of tempted about whether or not to just kind of avoid it and then maybe watch it afterwards or watch it tomorrow morning. I always do every time there's an episode of Impact. I do a couple of videos the following day, so we'll have Impact videos coming tomorrow. So don't worry about that. I'm sure if there's some massive news, I might do a live after this, but we'll have some Impact videos coming tomorrow. We cover Impact a lot here, and obviously April is a massive month. It's a massive month for Impact Wrestling because we have Impact Rebellion coming up. We had the Young Bucks last night on Dynamite turn heel once again, and now they're back with Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers and the Elite and Don Callis. That would lead one to question, are the Young Bucks finally going to make an appearance in Impact Wrestling in the future? That would be massive for Impact, especially heading into Rebellion. I mentioned that report the other day about there are more plans for Kenny Omega coming out of Rebellion for Impact Wrestling, which is my prediction anyway. My prediction was that Kenny Omega is not only going to, I said at the start of the year, Kenny Omega is not only going to challenge for the Impact World Championship, he's going to win it. And I think he'll either lose it at Slammiversary or possibly even hold it to Bound for Glory in October. There are certainly possibilities here. But Bronson Reed, beautiful power slam onto Johnny Gargano there. But we can see a replay. Johnny Gargano jumps from the second rope and just gets turned straight into a power slam, which was great to see. But Gargano's back to his feet, forearms to the face. And again, whips off the ropes. Oh, I love when Bronson Reed just does that. He just stands there and just collapses him, which is always awesome to see. And again, splash in the corner. Bronson Reed choke slam. I mean, the way Bronson Reed moves around is incredibly impressive. It really is incredibly impressive. What's interesting is Johnny Gargano injured? They're just shooting Bronson Reed. It looks like he's okay. Referee's got the arm up. There was concern there for a second that Gargano might have been injured, which was worrying. What is interesting, well, it's very interesting. I've noticed this a couple of times now because they did it with Gargano there where they thought he was injured. They did it with Shotzi Blackheart when they thought she was injured earlier as well. Is that, Death Valley driver by Bronson Reed. Is he going to kick out? Kicks out. But if someone's injured, they're not even filming him anymore. They're not even shooting them on the camera. They're going just to a close-up, a tight shot of the other competitor in the ring. That's certainly interesting. I mean, in the past, the kind of WWE policy was just records everyone warts and all, which is interesting. So I don't know what the injury would have been to Gargano, but for a second there was concern. Might have been a head injury or something like that. The concern is that that's happened to Gargano a few times. Do you remember, when was this? This was some point last year when they had the Ridge Holland situation where Gargano had a really, really nasty injury against Ridge Holland. It was like it was on a taped episode of NXT, and they essentially had to stop the tapings, and Shawn Michaels and Triple H had to come out. It was nasty. Oh. Gargano with a kick to the head of Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed sort of straddled on the second rope, and a backstabber by Johnny Gargano. They're still trying to tell the story of focusing on the back, the midriff, the ribs of Bronson Reed, finding a way for Johnny Gargano to cut Bronson Reed down to size. That backstabber was nasty. I always think that as someone that, you know, never has stepped in the ring or anything like that, I used to always think that when Carlito did the backstabber, just how does that not hurt? That must hurt. That must hurt. We're seeing a slow-mo replay here. And again, you're seeing the head snap of Bronson Reed. Again, the backstabber is one of those moves that every time I watch it, I just go, how does that not hurt? How does that not hurt? Because I always think it hurts. So I look at that and just go, it must hurt. Like, it just looks like it must be so painful. But both men are now down in the ring. Bronson Reed, Johnny Gargano. Austin Theory really hasn't got involved that much so far, as we see this suplex kind of into a brainbuster by Bronson Reed. I mean, his moveset is so impressive. It really is so impressive. He's sort of like he's like a Australian version of Keith Lee, in the sense that this is a guy that's, I mean, how much would you say Bronson Reed weighs? I mean, we're talking over 300, definitely. 350? Maybe that's a bit too high, but, you know, talking to someone like that big and can do some incredible moves. Gargano rolls him up, Bronson Reed kicks out. Yeah, can do some absolutely incredible stuff. But, you know, if he gets called up to the main roster, they say, no, work like a big man. You don't work like a big man. Bronson Reed rolls through. Oh, he's got him up for an electric chair. Oh, my God. Does an inverted poison rana to Bronson Reed. How on earth does Bronson Reed do that? Rolls through. Look at the lock in the Gargano escape. Can he lock it in? I mean, Bronson Reed's just too big, isn't he? Oh, knees to the ribs again. Gets it. Locks in. Gargano escape. Is he going to get it? Is he going to get it? I mentioned before about, you know, working like a big man. You mentioned Bam Bam Bigelow didn't work like a big man. I mean, I know when he wanted to, but this is still a guy doing a cartwheel. Bronson Reed reaches the bottom rope, so the submission is broken up. Again, no Austin Theory still at ringside. Still hasn't got involved yet. I would assume he probably will at some point. I mean, he has to, right? Bronson Reed's on the outside. He's on the ramp. Going to go for it. Goes for the one final beat, but he's caught by Bronson Reed. What's amazing with Bronson Reed is he can literally pick up Gargano like he's nothing. Like he's a small child. Just throws him around. Oh, border toss over the top rope. That was nice. He's going to the top rope. Is this going to be it? Bronson Reed is going to go for the splash. This is what won him the match last night. Splash. Oh, Gargano moves. Gargano kick to the head. This might be it. Cover 2. Oh, kicks out. Thought that might have been it. Austin Theory's losing his mind at ringside. He can't believe it. You see the border toss. I mean, Gargano, the bump he took from that border toss was just nasty. It really was nasty. That bump he took there. Ouch. But both men are getting back to their feet. I'm so paranoid about the sound of this new microphone. That's why I keep going quiet, because I'm checking out the sound. He goes for the super kick, gets caught by Bronson Reed. Clothesline. Now, is Bronson Reed going to get it this time? He's going back to the top rope once more. He's going to go for that big splash. And there's Austin Theory. Austin Theory tries to get involved, gets punched by Bronson Reed. Referee's been distracted by Johnny Gargano. Gargano hits the top rope. Bronson Reed falls down. Now Gargano's going for... he's grabbing Bronson Reed by the beard. Gargano's going to the top. He's going to go for it. Looks like this is going to be like a Frankensteiner of sorts, I think. Is that what he's going for? Goes for a Frankensteiner. Bronson Reed was meant to catch him. Didn't work. Bronson Reed's now going to go for a power bomb. It was a botch. He was meant to catch him. He was meant to go for a Frankenstein. He was meant to hold on, and it didn't happen. Bronson Reed did a power bomb. Looked like the match was over. And you could tell they were going to a spot because Gargano looked over and Austin Theory's put his foot on the bottom rope. Things have just got slightly clunky here. Bronson Reed's rolled out, though. He doesn't look happy. Reed rips Austin Theory's shirt off, which is weird. Johnny Gargano's dived to the outside of Bronson Reed, caught him, which was pretty incredible. What was that spot for? Why rip his shirt off? That's so weird. What point was that? Reed's going to go... No way. Bronson Reed, oh my God. Just tope suicida, forearm smash onto Austin Theory. Bronson Reed is insane. I mean, talk about an incredible athlete. Absolutely incredible athlete. Go for the one final beat. Reed, oh my God, nearly dropped him on his head. It's going to be it, too. Oh, Gargano kicks out. What a match this is. Fantastic match. And again, credit to Bronson Reed. Talk about an athlete. I mean, sometimes you would, again, like, he nearly dropped Gargano. I mean, spiked him there. And again, there have been a couple of botches in this one. Reed's going to go for a power bomb. Gargano's fighting out, rolls through. And he hits his ribs on the ropes. Gargano super kick again. Oh, he covers up his face. Oh, and again, another super kick. And Bronson Reed just does look a bit like he's blown up a little bit, I must say, actually. Bronson Reed, he's going to go to the top. Is he going to go to the top rope? No. Is he going to go for a moonsault? He's going to go full Vader. Oh, my God. Bronson Reed did a moonsault. He missed, though. Here we go. One final beat. Hits it. This is going to be it. One final beat by Gargano. Is he going to go for a second time? One final beat again. This should be it. Gargano in the cover. 2, 3. And Johnny Gargano retains. Good match. Really good match. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that one immensely. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Bronson Reed... Bronson Reed, in fairness to him, you know, he brought it. He brought it. Again, I think towards the end, looked tired. Looked like he was blowing up a little bit, but credit to him. I thought he was fantastic. I thought he was absolutely fantastic in that one. Oh, my God. I just seeing that moonsault. I mean, that really is shades of Big Van Vader. That is incredible. I mean, talk about an athlete, an incredible athlete, Bronson Reed there. Absolutely fantastic. But Johnny TakeOver retains the NXT North American Championship. It's staying with the way. And he's on the shoulders of Austin Theory. And I understand that Austin Theory is a heel, and it's the point to annoy. But he's incredibly annoying, isn't he? Incredibly annoying. But there you go. Johnny Gargano retains the NXT North American Championship. And we only have two matches left. I mean, it's late over here. 2 matches left. We have the Unsanctioned match and, of course, the NXT Championship match. We're going to find out what's going to main event the show, because I'm still not sure. One would think it would be the NXT Championship. The only difficult thing might be is that the match between Cole and O'Reilly is so strong in terms of being this sort of epic match that if they have that match, it might be difficult to follow. And if it's unsanctioned, they might play it off as the actual card, the main card, in the same way that Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, when they'd had their unsanctioned matches, that technically it's not part of the card, so they can do it after all the scheduled matches. I don't know. There's lots of different ways to look at that, isn't there? So we'll certainly find out in a second. But we've got some adverts on at the moment. We've got a WWE shop advert. And we had a WrestleMania advert there for a second as well. We had The Fiend and Randy Orton for their match on... Which night is that? Is that night 1 or 2? I can find out. I have the thing in front of me. It's night 2. Night 2 is The Fiend versus Randy Orton. And then coming out of WrestleMania, we have Money in the Bank. We have Money in the Bank. It's going to be on May 16th. Which makes me it's crazy, because I remember watching Money in the Bank last year, and Otis won Money in the Bank, which is crazy. It's crazy what a difference between a year can make, isn't it? King's Crimson said, I thought they said that O'Reilly and Cole was main eventing. Well, we'll find out shortly, won't we? I think maybe it makes the most sense that O'Reilly and Cole main events. I think that probably makes the most sense. It's been great to see the development of Kyle O'Reilly, isn't it, as a singles talent over the course of the last 6 months or so. Really, it's tremendous, and I think he'll stick around with NXT. And like I said, I don't think Adam Cole will. We're seeing a replay of last night of Walter versus Tommaso Ciampa, which was just fantastic. I mean, it really was spectacular. It still, for me, is the match of WrestleMania week at the moment. I don't think we've seen a match tonight that rivals that or gets anywhere close to it. I mean, Walter, I think it was the NXT UK, was it Prelude? Is that what they called it today? He defeated Rampage, didn't he? And, Walter, it's just, he is so good. He is, and the portfolio of matches that he has as NXT UK champion is actually incredible. So we have the NXT Championship match next, so that's confirmed that the main event of tonight's broadcast will be the Unsanctioned match, which again makes sense to me. So this is interesting, because I know a lot of people that the assumption for a lot of people is that Karrion Kross will become the NXT champion once again. He's unbeatable. He's undefeatable. He'll win it back. He'll win back what he never lost and all that kind of stuff. That's what we'll see. I don't think it's as cut and dry in that. And again, don't get me wrong. I think Karrion Kross could easily win this match, and it wouldn't be totally surprising, and it would make sense. But my point would be about that when it comes to Karrion Kross is that when he signed with WWE, which was just over a year ago, he signed with WWE. The point was at the time is that they know exactly what they have. They think that Karrion Kross is going to be this big star. They think he's got a ton of potential, and essentially his run in NXT was just a formality, if that makes sense. It was just a formality. It was just to get him into the WWE system. It was just to get him familiar with the WWE style, get themselves familiar with the Karrion Kross character and all that kind of stuff. But after about a year of being in NXT, he would go to the main roster. Now, obviously, a few things have altered that. One being, obviously, the pandemic slowed everything down when it comes to call-ups and all that kind of craziness. But the other thing was, of course, Karrion Kross's injury. This is a guy that became NXT champion after competing in something ridiculous like 4 matches on NXT television. It literally was that few. I might be off by a couple, but that's the whole point of Karrion Kross. So the way I look at it is, yes, obviously the most obvious outcome here is that Karrion Kross wins back the NXT Championship. That makes the most sense considering the push he was getting, considering how high they are on him. The other way to look at it, though, is that possibly the plans really haven't changed when it comes to Karrion Kross. Possibly the plans are, look, we said to him when he signed that he was going to be in NXT for 12 months. It's 12 months. We know he was injured. We know that certainly, the pandemic and certain things had altered it. But the plans we had for Karrion Kross haven't changed. And 12 months later, we're going to have him in this main event of NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. But after WrestleMania 37, he's going to the main roster. So maybe we could be looking at a scenario whereby come Monday Night Raw this next week or Friday Night SmackDown next week, Karrion Kross makes his debut on the main roster. And how does he do that? He does that by putting over Finn Balor here. So I don't think this one's completely cut and dry. I don't think this one's completely cut and dry. I think there's certainly different outcomes that we could see here. So we see Pete Dunne with Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. Of course, Danny Burch is injured. That's why the NXT Tag Team Championships were vacated. But there is Karrion Kross, at least the back of him. Is this going to be where Kross wins back the NXT Championship, or is this going to be where he maybe has his final NXT match before he goes to the main roster? There's Scarlett. It's just the presentation with him is so interesting, isn't it? Everything's shot in black and white. Everything's different. And you cut back to Finn Balor, who's shot normally, like in normal color and all that kind of stuff. The presentation of the Karrion Kross character just is fantastic, isn't it? It really is fantastic. This one's certainly interesting, and I'm glad they took their time. There was definitely a certain way to do this one, wasn't there? But speaking of Kross, here he comes. Here comes Karrion Kross, and the entrance is just spectacular anyway. But I think this one's going to be even more cinematic. You've got the Deadly Game Skull as well. There is Karrion Kross. And behind him, as always, is Scarlett. She actually did record the lyrics to this, didn't she, as well? It's legitimately her doing the songs. And she looks like what's that film called? Maleficent? Is that how you say it? I'm not big on my Disney all that. But again, you just know for a fact that Vince McMahon will see this presentation of Karrion Kross and Scarlett and just be obsessed with them. Absolutely obsessed. And in fairness to Scarlett as well, whenever she does this entrance, she commits. She goes for it. She pulls from all kinds of faces. But you see the graphics, the LED boards. It's a fantastic entrance. NXT, you have to give them credit historically as well. They have some absolutely excellent entrances. They really do. Again, it'd be interesting to see how that transitions to the main roster, should they do that. Because, can you do that every single week on Raw and SmackDown? That's the difficulty. He's done it with NXT, so why not? But the world has turned into colour, because here comes Finn Balor, it looks like. But he's going to get a special entrance. He's getting all these pictures of Finn Balor, I guess, it's Finn Balor throughout his WWE career, it looks like. There's images of him on Raw. There's images of him stomping on Kevin Owens. Images of him stomping on Braun Strowman. He's hitting a sling blade on Titus O'Neil, that famous moment. You remember when Finn Balor hit the sling blade on Titus O'Neil? But there he is, the NXT champion himself. Turns and faces the camera. It looks like he's got some paint on him. It looks like Finn Balor's got some paint on him, it would like. Not the demon version of Finn Balor. I don't know if we'll ever see that again. He seems not too keen to really ever bring it back out again. It's like the Prince logo he's got on himself. As he's doing his pew-pew guns. Pew-pew, pew-pew. Interesting to see how long this match is going to go for as well. Obviously, they don't have the time restrictions that they had last night. Obviously, when they were on the USA Network, they're allowed an overrun on the USA Network because WWE could do whatever they want on that network. But essentially, it was about 2 hours 10, 2 hours 15. Whereas now, I mean, we've been on the air for about an hour 20. And one could think that this match is going to go, I mean, unless it's a squash match, which I would be really surprised by. If this is going to be a 20-minute match, then maybe that fits about right. I would think this one maybe goes about 20 minutes or so. But again, I mean, the way they book Kross, who's to say that he doesn't just completely destroy Finn Balor here? But I'd be very, very surprised if they went in that direction. I don't see that. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Click that notification bell. You'll be notified when we post our daily videos. And, of course, for these big events coming up over the course of the next few days, we've got SmackDown tomorrow, and we've also got both nights of WrestleMania. Watch-alongs for both nights of WrestleMania, nights 1 and 2 on Saturday and Sunday. Click that subscribe button, bottom right-hand corner. Click the notification bell. You'll be notified when we go live and when we post our daily videos. If you're excited for this NXT Championship match between Finn Balor and Karrion Kross, be sure to smash a like on the like button as well. It really does help us out here on YouTube. Go up the rankings, get into people's recommendation feeds if they haven't seen our videos previously. It counts as an engagement, so if you haven't already, please do smash a like on the like button. Get involved in the chat as well. We'll be reading out comments. If you do want to contribute to the channel, super chats are open. You can do that by clicking the $sign. Any amount that you donate or contribute to the channel is very much appreciated. It's the best way to support what we do here as we have the introductions for this NXT Championship match between Karrion Kross and Finn Balor. Arturo says, I think Finn will lose and then go back to the main roster. Possibly. I don't know if he necessarily will, though. I'm not sure. I think Finn Balor is very happy with what he's doing, although he is on main roster money on NXT. But Finn Balor, as I mentioned, he's got some paint on. He's got the Balor kind of logo, I guess. Finn Balor's TakeOver record is 14-1. He's never lost a championship match on TakeOver, which is certainly interesting. But who's going to leave this one as the NXT champion? Is it going to be Finn Balor or is it going to be Karrion Kross? It's the first of two main events. Remember, they're billing this as sort of having co-main events, aren't they? Talk about the size differential as well. Karrion Kross. The thing is with Karrion Kross, what's interesting is that, I mean, obviously, look, I mean, if you stand him next to me or whatever, he's a big guy. But in terms of, big, he's got a presence about him, doesn't he? He really does. They lock up and he just slams Finn Balor to the floor. And Kross he has this look about him, doesn't he? He has this look of just being able to stare through people. Kross once again just staring through Finn Balor. Balor's trying to find a way and just beautiful. Go behind by Karrion Kross there. He's nimble. Again, even for his size, he's incredibly nimble. Balor's going to try and work on the arm and actual shoulder of Karrion Kross. Of course, that was the part that was injured. Or had the separated shoulder, didn't he, when he defeated Keith Lee back at NXT TakeOver 30 last summer. Knee to the gut by Karrion Kross there. And interesting because historically, Karrion Kross's matches don't go very long in NXT, do they? I would be very surprised if we see a situation where it doesn't go quickly or anything like that. Karrion Kross just lifted up Finn Balor like he was nothing there for a second. Balor's got a side headlock though on Kross, which is interesting. I thought that they would just continually show Karrion Kross's power early on. Kross goes to whip him off though to the ropes, but Balor holds on that side headlock. But Karrion Kross went for the hair, gets reprimanded by the referee. Interesting start. I mean, we're going straight side headlock for at least 30 seconds. What's interesting is that obviously Balor's got this paint on his chest. So what do they do initially straight away? They go he goes for a side headlock and rubs the paint on Karrion Kross's face. Now he's got red face. Looks like a tomato. Kross goes, Balor hits a kick and Kross just laughs at him. Goes for a chop and it looks like it's just pissed Karrion Kross off and just beels Finn Balor across the ring. Man. And it looks like Karrion Kross is finished playing around. And Finn Balor's laughing. Finn Balor's got a grin on his face. And Balor's saying to him, is that all you've got? He's trying to get in the head of Karrion Kross. Oh my goodness. Finn Balor just slapped Karrion Kross in the face. And Karrion Kross just looks pissed. And Karrion Kross just screamed at him, God. Don't slap him. Only Scarlett can do that. Oh, a forearm to the face by Karrion Kross there. That was nasty. Kross says, now you're going to get it. He's going to whip Finn Balor into the corner. Shoulder to the gut. I guess Finn Balor was trying to get under the skin of Karrion Kross. Not working. Slapping him. Saying, is that all you got? Oh, Karrion Kross, he went to hit another shoulder to the gut of Finn Balor. Balor moved out the way and Kross's shoulder just goes straight into the ring post. Remember the separated shoulder? And now Finn Balor's going straight after Karrion Kross's shoulder. He's trying to pull it over the top rope. So Finn Balor's trying to stop Karrion Kross's power advantage. He's going to try and re-separate that previously injured shoulder, that surgically repaired shoulder, we must add. Again, there's logic, there's psychology there. You got to appreciate it. An interesting psychology to the match so far. It's been a lot more methodical than I thought it would be. I thought we would see a match where Karrion Kross, used a lot of power, throws Finn Balor around, and it would be more of a valiant sort of babyface comeback match. I didn't expect to see something this cerebral, should we say, from Finn Balor, which is interesting. We don't normally see, you see it more from him in NXT, in fairness. He's almost got a straitjacket submission hold there. It's interesting. But Finn Balor is now on the shoulder of Karrion Kross. And Kross backs Finn Balor into the corner there. Reverse elbow and a big clothesline by Karrion Kross to Finn Balor in the corner. But Kross is slightly selling the effects of the injured shoulder and the injured arm. Kross now goes for a standard suplex there. Nearly threw Balor across the ring. The pain and the strength of Kross is there to see, certainly, in this one so far. But Kross has now got Balor. He's going to tie him up in the corner, it looks like. Hang him up for a tree of woe. And Kross just kicks to the gut, kicks to the shoulder of his own. going to go after Finn Balor shot. I mean, I bet they both had to relinquish championships because of a shoulder injury. Would certainly be interesting if the psychology was, okay, you're going to try and take out my shot, I'll take out yours. I'll do the same thing. Maybe that's what they're going to do, but despite an initial flurry by Finn Balor, it looks like at the moment, Karrion Kross is back in control. Maybe that's the direction they're going to go in. Oh, there's a submission hold now by Finn Balor. A submission hold. He's got an armbar in on Karrion Kross. Is this going to be it? Arturo says, which match at TakeOver was it that Finn lost? King's Crimson said, Finn lost when Samoa Joe beat the Demon. There you go. King's Crimson is up on his NXT TakeOver history, and I respect that. But Finn Balor's got a submission locked in right now on Karrion Kross. And Kross, I mean, he's selling it. He's selling it. I mean, he's not too proud. I mean, he's a monster, but you've got to stay still. Kross bridges through, managed to roll through. It's a bit of a Brazilian jiu-jitsu experience there. Balor, turns it into a kind of a DDT onto the shoulder. They're certainly going for it. I'm surprised they're having Kross sell this much. I thought this is going almost the opposite way I would have thought. And look at that, Finn Balor gets in a grounded hammerlock there on Karrion Kross. It's far more cerebral than I thought. Far more cerebral than I thought. I thought we'd be looking at a situation, as you can see the replay there of when he hits the DDT working on the shoulder. I thought we would be looking at a situation where maybe Karrion Kross would try and dominate and Finn Balor as the babyface would hit the babyface comeback in this. But Kross, I mean, he's selling more than I guess we've ever seen Karrion Kross sell in NXT. And it's almost again, Balor's coming off as the wily veteran, and Kross is having to sell and fight back. I think this is building maybe to a situation where Kross overcomes and becomes NXT champion. Maybe certainly an interesting perspective that they've gone for this. Certainly atypical of Karrion Kross's matches so far in NXT that we've seen. Balor, just chops to the chest of Karrion Kross. Spin kick to the gut. Karrion Kross. Then what was that? It looked like he was going to fire up and then he just collapsed. And now he's okay. It was the liver kick. It was, I guess, a playback on the liver kick to Kyle O'Reilly at NXT TakeOver 31, maybe. But Kross, I mean, he's selling. It was reminiscent of Brock Lesnar at UFC against it wasn't Cain Velasquez. It was who did he lose to? Alistair Overeem. And they're going for it even more. Balor's just going for the liver now. These absolute just clubbing blows to the liver. I mean, Balor's being ruthless, and Kross was with a kick to the face. A kick to the throat looks like a Finn Balor out of desperation. But, I mean, Kross is vulnerable here. You've got the injured shoulder. You've got the damaged liver. Again, it's the most vulnerable we've seen Karrion Kross be at any point during this NXT run of his so far. Well, he's got Finn Balor on the shoulder, runs into the corner, going corner to corner, and will he finish it off with a running power slam? He's going to turn it around. Bang. Inverted DDT on Karrion Kross. I mean, talk about offense. I mean, Finn Balor's got all the offense so far. Certainly all the offense. I mean, Karrion Kross has only had a couple of bits of offense. But both men are down in the ring now. This really is the Finn Balor that was so strong in NXT in the first time round. This isn't the Finn Balor that was on the main roster. And there's no disrespect to him on the main roster. I don't think he was given the best. Kross is getting back to his feet. He grabbed Balor by the feet. But Balor's kicks to the face of Karrion Kross, rolls him through. What's Kross going through? Beautiful Northern Light suplex. Going to roll through. Is he going to go for locomotive? Oh, and a big clothesline. Kross is finally, now it's the first time he's managed to build up a bit of momentum. He's going to hoist up. Oh, a version of a powerbomb by Karrion Kross. Doesn't immediately get in the cover, and Balor kicks out. But that's it's the first kind of real offense we've seen from Karrion Kross, this real flurry anyway. But he's still selling the effects of the injuries here. Karrion Kross, he's still selling the shoulder. He's still selling the liver kicks. I mean, he's really selling the liver kicks. He's doing a great job. I mean, they found a way to make someone that's 6 foot, 2, 3, maybe 250. They made him seem vulnerable. But Karrion Kross is signaling the end. Oh, it's a guillotine. Balor's trying to get in a guillotine. Knees to the gut. And Balor double stomp to the chest. Oh, he's going to go for a basement drop kick. Or just a kick to the face. Balor's going to go for something again. Is he going to go for another submission? He's going for abdominal stretch. Man, that is so brave. That's so brave for Balor in a match in 2021. He's using the abdominal stretch as a spot. I mean, that's just, I credit it. I credit it because not many people have the balls to do that because it's such an old-fashioned move. I tell you now, if this wasn't in the pandemic, if this was in an arena full of people, they would not do the abdominal stretch as a spot because it would get booed out of the effing building. No way. Absolutely it would. Sling Blade by Finn Balor. And Finn Balor's made a bit of distance now between himself and Karrion Kross, setting up for the shotgun dropkick on a clothesline by Karrion Kross instead. Kross is going to go for the Doomsday Saito suplex, hits it. That's going to be it, surely. Doomsday suplex, he's out. Is Kross going to go for it once more? He smells victory. He's pointing to his wristwatch. He's saying it's Doomsday. He's saying it's time. He's sizing him up. He's going for it. Oh, Balor hits a Pele kick. Nice guy. You can see it's coming. Balor look behind him. Shotgun drop kick to the corner. Is he going to go for it again? Shotgun drop kick to the back. And Karrion Kross is down. Is he in the drop zone? This could be it. Coup de grace. I reckon they've got to go coup de grace and a kick out. Goes to the top. Coup de grace. Hits it. Coup de grace. This could be it. I think he's going to kick, though. I think he's going to kick. Coup de grace crawls to the cover. This is going to be 1, 2. And kicks out and reverses into a sleeper. Into a rear naked choke. Beautiful. A straitjacket submission. Goes for a straitjacket. He kicks out of a coup de grace straight into a straitjacket. And what's funny is that no one sold it on commentary. You could hear they were obviously just told, sow it. A stomp to the chest again. But Karrion Kross is still selling. He's still selling the effects of his liver. Balor's going to go for another kick to the gut. I mean, they are going for these liver shots and all this. They are really going for it. Balor going once again. He's going for the grounded abdominal stretch. Again, ballsy Finn Balor. Absolute ballsy. Abdominal stretch in 2021. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Scarlett screaming at Karrion Kross, telling him not to give up. She's talking in tongues. What the hell's going on? I thought she was talking in tongues then. She's rivaling Alexa Bliss. Kross is fighting back. He gets out. And now he's just forearms to the back of the head. He's pulling him. Absolutely. He's beating the hell out of Finn Balor. Finn Balor looks unconscious. And a German suplex as he dumps Finn Balor on his head. Well, Finn Balor, he's still going. He's going to go for another Doomsday Suplex. Is this going to be it? Oh, my God. Doomsday Saito Suplex just drops Finn Balor on his head again. And Balor's up on his feet once more. Kross is going to go for... forearm to the back of the head. Surprised he hasn't even gone for a pinfall yet, though, Kross. A couple of times still hasn't gone for the pinfall, which is surprising. Balor's in a precarious position in the middle of the ring, it looks like. And another shot to the back of the head. Rolls him through. This is going to be it. Kross. 2, 3. We have a new NXT champion. It's Karrion Kross. He is the NXT champion for the second time. Wow. I'm slightly surprised. People will say, does this mean that, I guess, is Finn Balor going back to NXT? Is going back to the main roster, rather? I don't know. Does it have to be? But there you go. We have a new NXT champion, and it's none other than Karrion Kross, who is the NXT champion for the second time in his WWE career. But Karrion Kross is the NXT champion once again. Enjoyed it. I thought that was certainly a unique match. Certainly a unique match. Wasn't how I expected them to do it. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was well done. Thought it was very well done. So we have a new NXT champion. I mean, to be honest, if you're going to weigh it up, probably makes sense, doesn't it? Again, I thought that we might have Kross get his first defeat because he could go to the main roster, but obviously they're saying, you know what, how long was it? About 6 months. Those 6 months that you lost when you were injured, we want you to do them in NXT. We're not going to skip it. So I would assume that we probably have Karrion Kross now on the NXT brand until probably SummerSlam, probably into August, something like that. But we have a new NXT champion. It was certainly, again, I didn't expect the match to go that way. I thought the way that they did it was interesting, and certainly was Karrion Kross sold a lot more than I thought he was going to as well. King's Crimson says, you think we'll get that Finn versus Walter feud now? You know what? I really hope so. I really hope so. That was going to be something really special, wasn't it? It was going to be NXT UK TakeOver Dublin. It was going to be Walter versus Finn Balor, and that was going to be unbelievable. And maybe we can hope things are opening up a little bit when it comes to stuff like that. When it comes to the travel restrictions again, it's not impossible. I don't know if I see an NXT UK takeover happening for a while. That seems that NXT UK takeover. I don't see that happening for a while, just because of the restrictions of what they are at the moment over here in the UK. But who knows? Who knows? Certainly was an interest. A very good main event. One half of the co-main events. I saw something today on social media that actually I did want to bring up as well. I saw today that they think WWE 2K or 2K or whatever have hinted that they're going to be making an announcement about the next WWE 2K game during WrestleMania. So this would be the first one since obviously WWE 2K20, which was a disaster. It was awful. Here comes the dog. Here comes Taya Valkyrie again. Oh, there's a dog on the screen. I'm not saying Taya Valkyrie's dog. But here comes the dog, and you can see the fluffy boots. It's Taya Valkyrie. You can see it's Frankie Monet, which is Taya Valkyrie, because it's fluffy boots. It's the tattoo. Santos Escobar has been interviewed backstage. Santos Escobar and Tanya, he's got it all. He really does. He's got the look. He's got promos. Santos Escobar says Legado del Fantasma is family. I wonder though now. I mean, who challenges him? Who faces? Who faces Santos Escobar now? So if WWE had some balls, you would say, look, Rey Mysterio, is he doing loads of stuff on SmackDown? He's teaming with his son, all that kind of stuff. Send Rey Mysterio to NXT. Send Rey Mysterio and Dominic to NXT for a couple of months. Get in a feud with Santos Escobar. Do some compelling television. Do something different. But there's Raquel Gonzalez was at ringside. John Elite for Life says, "Sup, bro? With Undisputed Era no longer together, could we see a reunion on the main roster?" I don't see it. I think the reason why they've split them up is obviously to do this match, do this feud on NXT television. But the reason they split them up is because certain people from the Undisputed Era are going to be staying on NXT, and certain people are going to be going to the main roster. Certain people want to go to the main roster, and certain people want to stay in NXT. That was the report that, I heard and read. That goes back to at least August or so of last year. It goes back that far that basically the officials of the main roster, your Vince McMahons, your Bruce Pritchards, etc., the writing staff, they wanted the Undisputed Era on the main roster. But the Undisputed Era are smart. Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, they're smart. And ultimately they realized that maybe going to the main roster wasn't the best thing for them. And there were certain people in the group that didn't want to go to the main roster. People like Adam Cole, from what I heard, absolutely wanted to go to the main roster and was happy to go to the main roster. But certain other people wanted to stay in NXT. So I think the reason they split up the Undisputed Era not only was to do this match, to do this angle, but it's to facilitate Adam Cole going to the main roster, because they know that obviously he's a massive star in the making. He can make a lot of money, and he's going to do big things for WWE. And frankly, it's overdue. It's because of how good his work's been in NXT that he hasn't gone to the main roster already. But now's the time. You can only stay in for so long when you're a talent of the quality of Adam Cole. So I truly do believe that this is going to be his NXT swan song. I think this is going to be his final NXT match. I think Kyle O'Reilly is going to win this match. That's my prediction. And I think we could see Adam Cole make his WWE main roster. I know he's done a couple of appearances, but I think he's going to make his proper main roster debut on the Raw after WrestleMania or the SmackDown after WrestleMania. Who knows? He could even make his proper main roster debut at WrestleMania. Who's to say? Now, this is certainly an interesting point. Who's to say Adam Cole doesn't lose tonight, and then tomorrow night on Friday Night SmackDown on Fox? Who's to say that he doesn't then enter the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and then win that on SmackDown tomorrow? Would certainly be an interesting way to Adam Cole to make his main roster debut. He wouldn't be the first person to come up from NXT and win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on their main roster debut. Of course, Baron Corbin did it. So, not out of the realm of possibility. Again, I really think that Adam Cole is... I think this is going to be his final NXT performance. What else is there for him to do? He has literally done everything. He's been the NXT champion. He's been the North American champion. He's been the tag team champion. He's won the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. He's been a leader of a faction. He's been a heel. He's been a babyface. He's now putting over Kyle O'Reilly, who still has a lot to achieve in NXT, which is why he's going to stay. Adam Cole, he's carried the brand on his back. The reason he stayed for a little bit longer was because of the Wednesday Night Wars with AEW. Now that they're going back to Tuesdays, the pressure isn't there to be competing in terms of the viewership, in terms of the rating. So for me, if Adam Cole is still with NXT coming out of this match tonight, this match coming next, I would be very, very surprised. I would be really surprised. I don't see that. I don't see a scenario where that happens. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. There's Adam Cole. Blake Christian, once again, is one of his security people, which is odd. because people would recognize who that is. But it's O'Reilly versus Cole. It's the main event. It's unsanctioned. And personally, as I mentioned, I think it's Adam Cole's final appearance. Out comes the security once again. It's almost like Goldberg's appearing, isn't it? There's so many security. But again, it's just interesting that Blake Christian's there. Obviously, if you're an Impact Wrestling fan, you would know that. Yeah, you would be like, oh, okay. And we don't get the sweet Undisputed Era music anymore, which sucks. So there is Kyle O'Reilly. Again, talking about the development that Kyle O'Reilly has had over the course of the last 6 months or so. It really started after we had those incredible matches against Finn Balor. He's transitioned into a main event level caliber star on NXT. I think he continues in NXT because of that, because there still is a lot for him to do. There still is a lot for him to win, to accomplish. He can be the NXT champion. He can be the North American champion. He can do it all. It's not the right time for him to go to the main roster yet. And I wouldn't want him to. It's different. His situation between him and Adam Cole is completely different. I like as well with this entrance music. Again, it's not the most amazing one, but they've got some form of guitar in so we can do the air guitar. It's not the same as the Undisputed Era's song, is it? It's just not. And it's so generic. I mean, you just know that if the CFOs were still in charge, or if it was Jim Johnson still making themes, we'd actually have a really catchy theme song. But instead we have generic wrestling entrance number 5 from SmackDown vs. Raw. But Kyle O'Reilly's in the ring. And Adam Cole is going to be coming out next. Here comes security getting in the ring to stop them fighting before the match, I guess. But they've got the cool thing that they do when they have these unsanctioned matches where the referee isn't in a referee shirt. He's just in a black t-shirt, which is a nice touch. Not that it means anything. It's not like, it's unsanctioned. It's like, okay. And here comes Adam Cole to his new music. Again, it's not the same. It's similar, isn't it? But it's not the same. Do they have a boom? No. They've tried to kind of recreate the Undisputed Era theme, but it's not. It's a bad karaoke version, to be honest. Yeah, both of the entrance themes sucked balls. Yeah. But, it's not everything's just about the entrance songs. But I still don't understand why the security are in the ring. I mean, kind of they're about to fight. Isn't that the whole point of this? What's a shame as well is there's no boom. I know he just did the invisible boom, but there's no boom in the music. So we've had two kind of versions of the... They still did the Adam Cole Baby, but they've had two versions of the Undisputed Era's theme, and it sucks. I miss it already. I miss it already, guys. I miss it already. It can still live on the Spotify playlist. That was really the CFO's legacy, wasn't it? The CFO's legacy was the Undisputed Era theme. And they went, they never get rid of that. Oh, they will. But that's because they think the CFO signed a bad deal in terms of their producers, and WWE has to pay an astronomical royalties fee, and they're like, we're not going to do that. Which is a shame. So those songs, the Undisputed Era themes, the Aleister Black theme, the Keith Lee theme, they can all live in infamy. As we're getting the big introductions. Adam Cole gets the introduction for, again, what I think is going to be his final NXT match. And now the security leave. Like they were doing an amazing job anyway. But here we go. Looks like the match is going to be on. Both men are certainly sizing each other out. Did I miss something, or have they changed the ring ropes for this? Did they change the ring ropes to black, or was it black anyway? Am I just noticing this for the first time? See if I can double check. Can't really tell. Oh no, they were black anyway. I'm looking too much into all of these things. Oh, they had black ring ropes for the first time. Or were they? I don't know. I mean, at this point, I'm just literally having a conversation with myself. Adam Cole kick to the face. I swear they weren't black ring ropes before. But on the outside, Kyle O'Reilly's got in a bit like, looks like an armbar locked in or something of that nature. But Adam Cole manages to kick out. Kyle O'Reilly going straight for jiu-jitsu. I have no doubts this match is going to go, I would think, at least 25. It's going to get a long period of time. Again, I mentioned that last night's NXT TakeOver Night 1 had the constraints of the USA Network timing. Obviously, they don't tonight. They're still going to try and do roughly the same, but they've got an extra 25 minutes they can play with if they want to, and that's what they're doing right now. But they're all on the outside at the moment. Kyle O'Reilly slingshots Adam Cole into the barricade wall there. Kyle O'Reilly just stalking Adam Cole at this point. And whips Adam Cole into the wall. And O'Reilly's getting a steel chair. We're getting weapons. We don't have to worry about plunder because we're getting weapons in this one. And O'Reilly sets out a steel chair on the floor. Or knees to the gut by O'Reilly. He's certainly been... kick to the chest. He's certainly been getting in all the early offense here, Kyle O'Reilly. Another kick to the chest of Adam Cole and a slap to the head as well. Cole catches the kick and a kick to the gut of Kyle O'Reilly. Now he's going to go for it. It's a pile driver. And a backdrop of Adam Cole onto the floor. So Kyle O'Reilly, well, it's interesting. They're saying on commentary, they're saying, oh yeah, Kyle O'Reilly just wants to end this match. He just wants to get through this match. Why? Isn't the whole point that he wants to get his hands on him? Kyle O'Reilly's got the guillotine on Adam Cole. He's trying to get Adam Cole back into the guillotine again. Pushes Kyle O'Reilly off of the top rope, lands on the apron. Kyle O'Reilly immediately going favouring his neck. Oh, it was a nasty bump, I must say. Adam Cole is now stalking. Adam Cole now is getting his own back on one Kyle O'Reilly, slamming him into the... As number one trend in the United States is NXT TakeOver. What's interesting is last night they were doing that several times, and now it's the first time they've said that tonight, and they said that several times yesterday, which is interesting because they said they hadn't said that several times throughout yesterday's show. Beth Phoenix classic line, he's not a nice guy. So there you go. He's not, he's not a nice guy. It's good today. Oh, steel chair shot to the back. It was an Undisputed Era logo. It was painted on the chair there, which was interesting. Kyle O'Reilly just thrown into a pole there by Adam Cole as well, which looked nasty. But there's a ton of chairs in the ring. I guess we're going to see some craziness. We're going to see some form of insane spot, aren't we? Adam Cole focusing on the neck once again of Kyle O'Reilly. He's just squeezing Kyle O'Reilly's neck with that steel chair there. There's a point of the steel chair just right into the neck of Kyle O'Reilly, trying to squish the vertebrae of Kyle O'Reilly there. That was brutal. Oh, and whips Kyle O'Reilly into the corner. Adam Cole saying that you ruined it, Kyle. Adam Cole setting up a steel chair in the ring now. He's going to put Kyle O'Reilly on top of it, it looks like. He's going to go for a neck breaker. And, oh, a neck breaker. Neck breaker onto the steel chair. Onto the Undisputed Era logo. It's set up. It's surely set up for a Kyle O'Reilly win. It's got to be set up for a Kyle O'Reilly win at this point, hasn't it? I think that makes sense. As you see Kyle O'Reilly in the replay being thrown into one of the pillars at ringside. O'Reilly just got whipped chest first into the turnbuckles. That was nasty as well. Wade Barrett said that the referee was taking a close look at what? He's not going to call off the match. Isn't he just there just to count the pinfall? Isn't that the point? He's not a licensed official or anything like that. At least I thought that was the point of this, of him being there. Kyle O'Reilly managed to fight out. He's got in a key lock, it looks like. He's got a key lock on Adam Cole, but Adam Cole is fighting out with some knees to the head of Kyle O'Reilly here. Ushigoroshi over the neck. Goes for the cover, gets a 2 count. What I do miss about these NXT TakeOver events is whenever Adam Cole would do that in the past, whenever Adam Cole would hit that move in the past, you would have Mauro Ranallo go crazy and just like scream, Ushigoroshi, oh my god, I was crazy. And you just don't get that with Vic Joseph. That's not to discredit Vic Joseph or disrespect him or anything like that. I think he's really good, but I'm a big Mauro Ranallo fan. I think Mauro Ranallo is the best commentator in the world, which I know are big words, but he is that good. And he really did. He made things really feel special, didn't he? He really did. And he made these TakeOver events feel very special. And they're still TakeOver events. The quality of wrestling doesn't change. It's just Mauro took it from here to here. That's what a commentator can do. O'Reilly, knee to the gut of Adam Cole, is going to go for, a pump kick by Adam Cole, though manages to fight back. Oh, and another knee to the gut of Adam Cole. There's a lot of stuff to the guts tonight, or the liver. There's a lot of, knees to the gut, kicks to the liver, all that kind of stuff at the moment, isn't there? I don't know what the fascination is with the liver or the ribs or the back tonight at NXT TakeOver. Certainly different. Oh, nice combination by Kyle O'Reilly. Sweeps him under there. The NXT crowd's chanting, "We want tables." I don't know if either superstar does. I don't know if that'll be the right thing for them at the moment. Yeah, and Wade Barrett, rightfully so, is calling him out for it. He's saying, what are you doing that for? No, it's not. Stop trying to kill him. Oof. That backbreaker onto the chair, into a knee bar by Kyle O'Reilly there. Beautiful. I really like the way he integrates all of the MMA stuff, or he integrates all of the submission stuff. It's just fantastic to see. It really is. And obviously, there's no rope breaks. There's no anything like that. Obviously, you can have submissions, but rope break isn't going to break anything up like that. Referee just has to look on, which again goes back to Wade Barrett's initial comment earlier about, oh, the referee's checking if it's the right thing and all that. Yeah. Kyle O'Reilly leaping dropkick from the apron onto Adam Cole, who was sitting on a chair at ringside. Oh, you see it again, just beautiful dropkick by Kyle O'Reilly. Seeing this replay, they're doing it a couple of times here. You see Kyle O'Reilly just sprint from the ring apron, drop kick onto Adam Cole, who was sitting on a chair at ringside. Kyle O'Reilly trying to make his way back into the ring here. But Adam Cole's got a steel chair. Oh, goes for it. And another knee to the gut. Because that's what we're doing tonight. We're getting a million. Oh, gosh. What was that? He punched the chair. Oh, my gosh. That was nasty. For a second there, I thought Adam Cole had just been knocked out or something. That was brutal. But O'Reilly now, I could argue that after a start of Adam Cole really dominating, Kyle O'Reilly's the one who's dominating now. What has he got there? Oh, he's got chains. I thought he had barbed wire for a second. I was like, holy shit. It's chains, though. O'Reilly's got chains, but oh, no, he's going to go for a neck breaker. Oh, my God. Adam Cole just hit a neck breaker onto Kyle O'Reilly onto the chains. Is that going to be it? Kyle O'Reilly kicks out at 2. It's interesting how they've centered the match around a neck injury, you know, and the way that they continue to, you know, use the psychology of it is that it's just constantly all of these damaging neck moves. You never forget how many sort of moves are bad for one's neck, do you? Adam Cole able to fight back though. He's now what's he doing now? He's tying the chain to the top rope. Oh, he's going to wrap. If he's going to wrap it around the neck, it's going to get graphic. That's what he's going to do. He's going to try and wrap it around the neck, which is just brutal, to be honest. It's just absolutely brutal. Oh, forearm to the face. And another forearm by O'Reilly to Adam Cole this time. Kyle O'Reilly managing to fight back. What's he doing now? He's wrapping the chain around the ankle of himself there. It's certainly odd. Oh, he's going to try and kick him with that chain on. Oh, he's got the chain wrapped around his foot. And now he's kicking Adam Cole in the face. Oh, my God. He's still going. What's he going for? He's going for a figure 4. Figure 4 leg lock with the chain on. Nice. Figure 4 with the chain on wrapped around the leg of Kyle O'Reilly. Is Kyle O'Reilly going to submit here? I mean, you can't even, there's no rope breaks. There's no breaking up the submissions. You have to find a way out. Although it's a little bit like literally, dude, the chain is right next to you. The chain is right. You could have just grabbed that and hit him with the chain, surely. But he's rolled through, so he's reversed the pressure, as the pro wrestling logic will go there. Oh, Kyle O'Reilly punched to the face of Adam Cole. And again. Oh, they both knock each other out with punches to the face. Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole are still down on the canvas. O'Reilly and Adam Cole are going to get back to their feet, though, it looks like. Oh, Adam Cole with a forearm to the face. O'Reilly with knees to the gut and forearms to the face once again. Oh, my God. That was nasty. Kyle O'Reilly hits the ropes. Adam Cole pulls up the chain, which is tied to the rope, and it absolutely just clocks Kyle O'Reilly's neck. Oh, backstabber. Chain-assisted backstabber. Kyle O'Reilly kicks out again. Oof. How many Fleetwood Mac references are we going to get here with You Can't Break the Chain? Oh, that's such a cool spot. Such a great spot that is. They had Kyle O'Reilly hit the ropes, and Adam Cole pulled the chain tight because it was tied to the top rope, and it nearly decapitated Kyle O'Reilly there. That's an awesome spot. So Adam Cole's setting up the some more chairs in the corner now of Kyle O'Reilly. Setting up a sort of a chair platform that looks like in the corner. What's he got planned? It looks like certainly he's got something devious planned. Oh, he's putting them back to back, so it's even more deadly. So the chains have the chairs have a peak to them. This is going to be nasty, I think. O'Reilly manages to roll through. He tries to go for a neck. He tries to go for a German suplex, but his neck gives way. It looks like. Adam Cole, German suplex on Kyle O'Reilly. He manages to roll through into the chairs. Oh, and Shining Wizard just goes into the chairs. That was nasty. Shining Wizard and Kyle O'Reilly kicks out at 2 again. Goes for it again. You see that Shining Wizard by Adam Cole onto Kyle O'Reilly. That was nice. Cole's looking for something again. I don't know what he's going to go to do. He's grabbing the steel steps now. If you were a cynic of Adam Cole, you would say the steps are about the size of Adam Cole. But I think he's going to try and replicate the injury that he did on Kyle O'Reilly previously on NXT. He's going to try and break the neck, isn't he? I think that's what they're going to go for here. What is Adam Cole going to do? He's going to go for it. Tries it. Oh, Kyle O'Reilly floats over. Or has he got a guillotine? He's got a guillotine locked in. Guillotine locked in on Adam Cole for Kyle O'Reilly. O'Reilly's gone limp. Is he going to be out? And Kyle O'Reilly just let go. Oh, and a kick to the face. Why did he let go? He could have won. Maybe, I guess he doesn't want to. Do submissions count outside of the ring of the unsanctioned match? I don't know. I got distracted as well because I saw on the network it listed as NXT UK starting now, but obviously that's not happening. Kyle O'Reilly thought about ending Adam Cole's career by attacking him on the steel steps, but he stopped. He's had second thoughts. He's hesitated. He's going to do it again, but this time Adam Cole manages to fight back. That's why he should never hesitate. Kyle O'Reilly all kicked to the face of Adam Cole, manages to fight back immediately. Kyle O'Reilly, here we go. He's going to clear the announce table. He's throwing monitors around all over the place. Now, what's Kyle O'Reilly going to do? He's clearing the announce table. There's chairs everywhere. I mean, to be fair, the Capital Wrestling Center is pretty trashed at this point. Wade Barrett says, is this about revenge or is this about redemption? Kind of similar concept, Wade. But O'Reilly and Adam Cole, they're on the announce table here. Oh, we're going to get an announce table spot. They're trading shots. We're getting the boos and yeahs of the forearm shots by Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly here. Cole's just hitting forearm after forearm to O'Reilly. O'Reilly's down to one knee. What's going to happen? What's he going to do? Oh, brain buster on the table. The table didn't break. I don't know if it was meant to, but that was nasty. Adam Cole was going for something, but Finn Balor, but Kyle O'Reilly reverses, hits a brain buster. Man, oh man. No give. I mean, I'm telling you, that table did not budge. Every time you hear it, the sound with it, it's just a vicious thud. Absolutely vicious thud. Adam Cole is now crawling away. Looks to be alright, considering that he just got hit with a vicious move. Whereas Kyle O'Reilly's selling more. Kyle O'Reilly's got paper and notes stuck to him because of the sweat. He's got the format stuck to him. Oh my God! Kyle O'Reilly's got hit in the head with a monitor. Oh my God! That was right to the head. That was nasty. Gosh. Oh. Kyle O'Reilly's been thrown into the ring. Adam Cole's looking under the ring again. What's he going for this time? Oh gosh, he's got a toolbox. What has he got now? Have we got more chains? What is that? That's it, pliers. Adam Cole's got pliers. I don't know what he's thinking. He's going to try and do some DIY to Kyle O'Reilly, it looks like. DIY to KOR. Oh gosh, he tried to rip his eye out. Who was he? Seth Rollins? So maybe he's decided not to use the pliers now. What's he going for now? He's got a tire iron. Tire iron. Oh, kick to the hamstring by Kyle O'Reilly. Oh, kick by Adam Cole. Oh, lunatic lariat, bang. Shades of John Moxley, who did shades of Nigel McGuinness with that one. Love a old school Nigel McGuinness homage. Oh, a brain buster by Kyle O'Reilly in the ring. Is this going to be it? Oh, Adam Cole kicks out. Man, these guys are just physically, just kick the hell out of each other, haven't they? You can't discredit them for that. They've just beat the hell out of each other. Kyle O'Reilly just wrapping the chain around the arm now of Adam Cole. And what's he going to go for? A cross arm breaker. Cross arm breaker using the chain. Is this going to be it? The chain just absolutely wrapped around the arm of Adam Cole. This might be it. Adam Cole's managing to fight through somehow. But it's actually gone through into some form of a choke, to be honest. It's a choke of some kind, it looks like. Adam Cole's fading. This could be it. Oh, now he's come back to life. Adam Cole's got a tire iron. He's got the tire iron. Oh, tire iron to the liver or to the gut. Again, everyone's getting hit in the ribs or in the liver tonight. What is it? Adam Cole just smashed Kyle O'Reilly into the gut with that tire iron. Of course, the liver shot was the move that cost Kyle O'Reilly at NXT TakeOver 31 between he and Finn Balor. So obviously a nice callback to that. The crowd's chanting both these guys. The crowd's chanting both these guys. Kyle O'Reilly can't even put up the chair. The point of the spot is so that they're pulling themselves up with the chair, but Kyle O'Reilly couldn't even put the chair up, so he had to unfold it, which looked a bit awkward. Well, now they're facing each other, sitting in these chairs. Adam Cole saying, "I hate you." Adam Cole saying, "I hate you." They're sitting in chairs in the middle of the ring facing each other, and Kyle O'Reilly just kicked Adam Cole in the face. Or right hands. They're trading off right hands and kicks. Forearm by Kyle O'Reilly now. And a forearm by Adam Cole himself. They're trading blows, trading forearms, trading kicks. The crowd is pretty divided, to be honest. Surprising. Oh, and a low blow by Adam Cole. Oh, it's an unsanctioned match, of course. Anything's legal. Beth Phoenix said it's immoral. Wade Barrett saying, well, the match is immoral. It's a good point. You can wrap a chain around someone's neck. You can try and hit them with a monitor, but once you kick them in the nuts, well, that's immoral. They won't break the rules. Oh my God! Adam Cole just nearly super kicked Kyle O'Reilly's head off. 2. Oh, Kyle O'Reilly kicked out. That super kick was brutal. This match carries on. Oh man, now that kick by Kyle O'Reilly. They had slow motion decks. Yeah, I thought at the time it was stiff. It is beyond stiff. He nearly kicked his head off. Man. The story, of course, is that Kyle O'Reilly isn't medically cleared, so he just gets that kick to the face. Now, Adam Cole has wrapped the chair around the neck of Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly's led down in the ring. The chair's around the neck of him. Well, Adam Cole just hit the referee. Jeez. The referee was telling him not to do it. And the referee just got a forearm by Adam Cole as well. But now Adam Cole is, after he's just knocked out the referee, he's now turning his attention. He's going back to the top rope, it looks like. Are we going to have some form of a run-in, maybe? I don't know what's going to go on. Looks like it's going to go for a Panama Sunrise. Panama Sunrise, man. Panama Sunrise to the neck of Kyle O'Reilly, but there's no referee. Well, it's your own fault. You just knocked him out, Adam. It's your own fault. Now he's just realizing. Well, that was genius. He's telling the referee to get up. Telling the referee to get up, even though he's the one that knocked him out. It's a ref bump in an unsanctioned match, which is a bit bizarre. Now the crowd's chanting it's your fault. And it is, yeah. Stupid. Certainly didn't think that one through. That was silly. Did we get like Roderick Strong or someone come out? I would think maybe. Didn't he like quit? That's what they could possibly do. They're saying, where's the new referee? He's now saying to the referee, you have one job. I don't know what's going on at this point. I feel like this is very much unneeded. Oh, surely he would have had this match won. I guess that's the point they're trying to tout, is that this match would have been won if Adam Cole hadn't hit the referee. Today seems very, very odd. Adam Cole still going after Kyle O'Reilly. He just threw a chair in the face. I mean, how are they allowed to do that? That's headshot. I thought chair shots to the head weren't legal, because that's what that was. Certainly was a chair shot to the head. I know it wasn't, but it was one of those Sabu ones. So he threw it at. Don't know about that. Oof. Kyle O'Reilly just getting his head now slammed into the crowd, into the barriers around the Capitol Wrestling Center. Oh, no, it throws Adam Cole in there. This is the thing now, is that regardless of the finish or anything like that, Kyle O'Reilly locking in the guillotine. Oh, God, Adam Cole just nearly knocked out. Adam Cole just nearly knocked the whole crowd out there. Jeez. But regardless of the finish of this match now, it's always going to be like, well, Adam Cole, you had the match won, but you knocked the referee out because you're an idiot. Arturo says, has anyone won? Not yet. The match is still ongoing. We're still going. I'm assuming we're going to get some form of a run, and we have to. I mean, if it's the whole Undisputed Era breakup, Kyle O'Reilly's now going for a... Oh my God, they went through the stage. What the what was that? Holy shit. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly locked in the guillotine. Kyle O'Reilly locked the guillotine on Adam Cole, and Adam Cole just sort of dove through the stage. They went through the stage. Oh my God. Jeez. Look at this again. They just go right through. Oh my God. Adam Cole's bleeding from his hand. Well, Kyle O'Reilly still hasn't come out yet. What's he doing now? Adam Cole's kicking through the stage. He's kicking through the cage, the stage, to try and find Kyle O'Reilly. He's underneath there somehow. Oh my God. What is going on? So they've gone through the stage. Now Adam Cole is pulling Kyle O'Reilly from under the stage. What is going on? This is crazy. This is crazy. And Kyle O'Reilly's back, he just looks ripped to shreds. Oh, the referee's back up. He's all right now. He's no selling Adam Cole's offense. He definitely just got a call there as well, saying, "Sell it. Sell your referee, for God's sake." Yeah, exactly. He wasn't selling. Someone having to tell the referee to sell, because he was fine a second ago. Adam Cole's making his way back into the ring now. Referee's now finally selling stuff. Kyle O'Reilly's just falling out of the ring. Now Adam Cole is going to go for it again. He's going to try and do the same move on to the steel steps. Oh my God. He just hit a brainbuster on Kyle O'Reilly onto that steel steps. Jesus. That was brutal. The referee's put his arm up, so Kyle O'Reilly's fine. But that was absolutely horrific. How on earth does Kyle O'Reilly win this match after this? I mean, he's gone through the stage. He's been brain busted onto the steps. This is madness. 2. And he gets a shoulder up. Oh my God. What was that? He gets the shoulder up but goes like this. My God. I mean, how long has this match has been going on for? Like at least 30 minutes at this point. This is incredible. And what's it going to take? I mean, I'm still thinking Kyle O'Reilly's going to win this one, but I mean, how do you make it believable at this point? Adam Cole's going to go for the last shot. Oh, Kyle O'Reilly just falls down. He just collapses. How can you do it if you're collapsed down? Kyle O'Reilly's just out. He's just out. Adam Cole's telling O'Reilly that he's nothing. He's now going to go for it. Oh, Kyle O'Reilly ducks somehow. He's going to roll through into the knee bar. Hits it. He's got the knee bar in. Oh, and Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole's been kicking him in the neck. Oh, he's got the knee bar locked in. Is this going to be it? Oh, he's got the chain. Oh, the chain to the face. He's punched Kyle O'Reilly in the face with a chain. Surely that's got. I mean, Vic Joseph's there. That's got to be it. Surely, I think Vic Joseph's all of us watching them going. Surely that's got to be the end. How on earth is Kyle O'Reilly still in this match? The punishment, in terms of the match that he's taking, is incredible, is it not? Is this going to be Panama Sunrise? Is this going to be it this time? Panama. Oh, Kyle O'Reilly catches him. He's on the shoulders. Kyle O'Reilly, Ushigoroshi over the knee of his own. Is Kyle O'Reilly going to win this one? Kick to the chest. Still going. It's incredible. Oh, Kyle O'Reilly's going to go for his own version of the last shot. Oh, the last shot of his own to Adam Cole. Is this going to be it? Kyle O'Reilly gets in the cover. 1, 2. Oh, he kicks out Adam Cole. He kicks out. The match won't end. It makes you wonder, like, what is the finish of this match going to be? Realistically, what is the end of this match going to be? Because, I mean, they've done everything. I mean, is the ending going to be, I don't know, Eddie Kingston lying on top of Jon Moxley for an explosion? I mean, is that going to be the end of it? But Kyle O'Reilly's he's trying to grab the chain that's wrapped around the ring rope. What's Kyle O'Reilly doing now? He's going to wrap the steel chair around the leg of Adam Cole. Kyle O'Reilly's going to try and go to the top rope. Looks like he can't even stand up. Oh, and Adam Cole just hits Kyle O'Reilly with a steel chair. Just to think that if Kyle O'Reilly, if Adam Cole hadn't hit the referee with the forearm, he'd have been the winner. The match would have been over, a long time ago at this point. Gosh. I mean, don't get me wrong. The match is absolutely incredible. It really is good, but it's long. It's very long, It does feel gratuitously long, doesn't it? It does feel maybe slightly too long, but it's fantastic. It is a fantastic match. Oh, and now Kyle O'Reilly hits a low blow of his own to Adam Cole. Adam Cole gets a taste of his own medicine, and now Kyle O'Reilly's on the top rope, or on the second rope with the chain. What's he got? Chain. He's going to wrap the chain around his knee, it looks like. He's trying to lock the chain around his knee. He's struggling to get it on there. The knee isn't loaded. He can't get the chain around him. Oh, knee across the neck. Cole's twitching like Devon Dudley. Is that going to be it? And Kyle O'Reilly has defeated Adam Cole. What a match. But Kyle O'Reilly has defeated Adam Cole. You see a lot of fans in the Capitol Wrestling Center. You really do. Fantastic match. Absolutely fantastic match. They're showing the actual crowd in there. It's brutal. There's loads of people in there. There really is. But Adam Cole, I think he's fine. They're saying that he looks fine. You certainly see a lot of people in the crowd sort of looking around at this point, because they're seeing how long the thing went on for. I think Adam Cole might do a stretch job, which would, I guess, allow him to possibly go to Raw or SmackDown. I think that's what we're probably going to be looking at here. Because, like I said, I think this is going to be this is Adam Cole's swan song. I think it's Adam Cole's final NXT match. I really do. So again, the outcome necessarily wasn't totally surprising. I mean, some of the spots obviously were incredible. It was a 40-minute match. 40 minutes they went that match. That is madness. A 40-minute main event. And don't get me wrong, incredible match. Don't know if it needed to go 40 minutes. That's just my opinion. Some of the storytelling was fantastic. It really was. But he had the chain wrapped around the knee and Adam Cole twitching and shaking. As you can see on the replay there, the chain across the back of the neck by Adam Cole, over the neck of Adam Cole, rather. You can see Vic Joseph. You can hear him screaming at the top of his voice. The only thing I suppose slightly ruining it at the moment is that you've got to listen to this terrible Kyle O'Reilly theme music, which is, and Adam Cole's is slightly, is actually worse. I think if there was any conversation about whether or not it deserved or shouldn't have main evented or anything like that, obviously, that puts that argument to bed. It makes sense. It totally made sense for it to main event. Just don't fall through the stage, Kyle. There's a big hole in there from where you went through earlier. So just careful, don't fall through. There's a big hole from where you went through. Tell you what though, the music is absolutely awful. But Adam Cole's doing the full stretcher job in the ring. But what happens next? I guess does Kyle O'Reilly, does he go after Karrion Kross? Does he go after Karrion Kross for the NXT Championship? Maybe. They're certainly... Well, Kyle O'Reilly didn't realise the camera was there. And that's the end of the show. There you go. That's the end of the show. That's the end of NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 2. Thank you very much for